Testing 1, 2. You like it? Yeah, testing 1, 2. Making sure everything's looking okay. Yeah, it had you sending. Yes. The reason it's called that is because there's a video by... we looked at Frankie Faye's Sears Fuzzy incident video a while ago, and she just uploaded a video called Voyaks, Soyjaks, and You as part of her Bad Art History series. And I do want to take a look at it due to the fact that the title of the stream is a reference to it. It's going to be VOD exclusive, so be sure to hit that like button and just watch the whole thing, even if you're using it to fall asleep. I semi-ironically encourage that you use this stream to fall asleep. Just hopefully you don't get waken up by any sudden screaming or anything. Granted, I don't think I've ever screamed, but I've definitely raised my voice for dramatic effect. You went swimming with your mom. All right, nice. Yeah, Brett's always talking about his swimming stuff. I don't really have. Oh, I do have one thing that I would like to talk about. So where I work, I think I've mentioned multiple times that I'm a baker, and one of the things that my job entails is proofing the breads, where we put it in something called a proofer, whose purpose is to emit like a lot of warm, moist air that allows the bread to rise and stuff before putting it in the oven. But it's been leaking. There's like a leak in one of the tubes, and it's causing the whole thing to flood. And the flooding is very annoying because there aren't any drains next to it. The only drain that's next to it is like kind of elevated, and so it would be hard to like use a squeegee to get it through there. The only other drain that I could use is one that's a little further away, and it's the only squeegee that we have is this very cheap one. You sleep listening to ASMR, so it's accurate. Okay, yeah. You woke up at 8, felt still tired, wanted to sleep it off. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Pinnacle. Yeah, do you mean 8 in the morning or 8 in the afternoon? Because I've honestly been there. There was a time where I would like fall asleep at 6 in the morning and then wake up at 6 at night, to which even my mom was kind of like upset by that. And so, yeah. Well, ever since I got a job, it's been more consistent, to say the least, but... What was I talking? Oh, yes, I was going to say that, yeah, I usually listen to speedrun or randomizer videos falling asleep in the morning. Oh, okay. And okay, what time do you usually wake up, though? Just out of... what's up? Not much is up. I was talking about how the proofer at the place that I work at is leaking and it's been flooding, and and like we were supposed to get it. I don't know when some guys are gonna come in, and I don't know when people are gonna come in and fix it, but for some reason that kind of stuff takes forever to accomplish, and it's like, yeah, I would like to be able to properly clean it, but I don't want to have to spend 40 minutes soaking up all the water. What I've been doing is just that I soak it up with the mop and then just rinse and repeat. And it's like, because the squeegee that we have is not very effective. As I remember working at a place that had some really good ones. He was gonna go to bed, but then you had to write a comment providing your sources in a debate. Well then, so now you're awake. Well, if you gotta head to bed, then don't be afraid to do so. I don't want to keep you up. But, yeah, I don't really have too much else to talk about right now. Hopefully the freaking proofer gets fixed. I don't know when or where. They apparently filled in a guy to get it done like 2 weeks ago. At least, at most 2 weeks ago, and they still haven't shown up. And it's like, it's not that it gets in the way, but the water does get in. In 4 weeks, you're off to Rotorua. Okay, that's nice. yeah. Well, we are going to look at that Frankie Faye video, but... Which, as I said, yeah, usually wake up around 10 or 11 in the morning since you ain't working anymore. Oh. You wonder if your male you're wondering if your male acquaintances within their place of resting. Okay, yeah, we will look at that, but I do want to do a smaller video so that I at least have something that will be uploaded on Sunday, because yeah, I'm finally got back into the upload schedule that I wanted to. I wanted to upload videos on the nights that I don't stream, which is a little... So yeah. There is this one... Apparently, Johnny Somali went on trial recently for his deepfake charges. So I wanted to look at one of these Legal Mindset or Atozi videos, but... The previous ones that I remember looking at, I couldn't really comment too much on them because of all the legal jargon that I'm just not familiar with. For those that don't know, he's been stuck in Korea for 2 years at this point. I know that all started in 2024, among other things, and then he pled guilty to most of the charges that were filed against him. Except for the deepfake charges against some female Korean streamer. I don't remember who it was. Some Bing Bong or something like that. And apparently he's still denying the deepfake charges because apparently those ones are very, very serious and can result in some serious jail time. And apparently Korean prison is, apparently it's not very comfortable. So... Who knows? If we have time, we might check one out, but I want to be able to comment on them first. Let's see. And then we have Voidzilla. There's more info. Keep bringing up more info about the files. We could look at that, but I think the first thing I want to look at before we actually get into the soyjak video. If you're watching the VOD, you can go ahead and skip to that part because this reaction that I'll make here will be what's it called? This will be clipped, so don't be afraid to hop around if you're only interested in that part. But if you're watching this live, be sure to you're going to be uploading videos of the mud pools and Rotua. Alright, that's nice. But to warm up at the very least, I want to warm up with this Wang video that I've been meaning to talk about for a while. He uploaded this in the April of last year about the Nickelodeon Giga League. Now, I'm not that familiar of when this happened. I'm not that familiar about it, but within the description, he mentions the SpongeBob episode Sailor Mouth and possible uncensored versions of them. Like, if anyone knows or remembers that episode, that's the one where they're saying swear words, but they're replaced with dolphin noises. Which, by the way, they're not actually dolphin noises. I think they're kookaburras. Dolphins don't make those noises, but thanks to mainstream Hollywood, our perception of what animals sound like is very skewed. So much so that even eagles, you know, the screeching eagle, it's not actually an eagle, it's some other bird. Or it might actually be, I don't actually remember. It's either a bird or it was a monkey, I don't remember. But be sure to check out Wang's original video, and let's go ahead and just get ourselves warmed up.
On September 21st of 2001, the episode of SpongeBob SquarePants
watch out. Twigger, she's a proper Joopy Joo. A vast tour over the Dogger Bank to Great Grimsby,
titled Sailor Mouth premiered during its second season. In the episode, SpongeBob discovers some graffiti referring to Mr. Krabs as some
kind of nematodes are people too. Those nematodes. You see Squidward smells. Good. Yeah, with a lot of noises, sand, computers, paper bags. Yeah. Foley. I believe the technical term for like sound effect production, or at least how they replicate them, is Foley artistry. I don't actually remember if that's the term though.
kind of slur or profanity.
Krabs is,
Motherfucker. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Yes.
Well,
Sometimes not. Recently.
We never find out what the word is because every time it's said, it's censored with dolphin noises.
It's not a dolphin.
But judging by everyone's reaction, it's a really bad word. Not realizing that it's bad though, SpongeBob and Patrick
The thing is, according to the Rugrats, a bad word might be a word that people don't want to hear. And of course, Phil knows a really bad word. Bath. Dun dun dun.
keep using the word and referring to it as a sentence enhancer.
As a kid, I used to think that he called it sentence and enhancers rather than sentence enhancers. As a kid, I had never heard of the term enhancers until much later. So, and that's something that I remember thinking back when I was a kid, where I mishear certain things like that.
It was a clever way to address profanity on a kid's
And of course, I didn't know what a enhancer was.
show, and it wound up being one of the most memorable episodes of the show. Of course,
Swear words being censored is funny. Yeah, yeah, it can be when it's like perfectly timed.
it also wound up being a controversial episode with the Parents Television Council saying that it was encouraging kids to curse.
I remember watching this episode many times as a kid, and I never really cursed because I was taught that cursing isn't the greatest thing for kids to be doing, so I never really cursed as a kid, at least. But as you grow up, you realize that, yeah, sure, they might be certain words might be considered vulgar or crass, but words are words at the end of the day. The only meaning that they truly have is the meaning that we give them.
In any case, with every instance of the word
The Krabby Patty recipe was not in the leak.
being censored, people got
I mean, even the creator, Stephen Hillenburg, doesn't even know what the secret formula is.
really curious
May
about what
rest
was
in
actually
peace.
being said. According to SpongeBob's voice actor, Tom Kenny, they simply made up fake curse words, some of which were so funny to him that he had to lay down in the recording booth.
So they just made up stuff. No, because I actually do remember that there were some alleged leaks regarding the quote-unquote uncensored versions of Sailor Mouth. I remember L Supersonic Q talking about it as well in some of his lost media videos.
But with the public never hearing what was actually being said, the uncensored version became a very coveted piece of lost media.
Yes, yes.
One that most assumed would never see the light of day. All that changed with a massive breach to Nickelodeon's internal database. A breach that was referred to as the Nickelodeon Gigaleak.
Yeah, this, I haven't actually heard of, I may have vaguely remembered this, but I wasn't that active on the internet in this time. Well, I was, but not to this extent.
The leak included massive amounts of unseen, unknown Nickelodeon content. So for today's video, let's
We're gonna go a deep dive. Let's
take a
go.
look at the Nickelodeon Gigaleak, as well as the search for Sailor Mouth.
Let's go. The Nickelodeon Giggly Tales from the Internet.
This video is sponsored by Raycon.
Raycon. Apparently, I remember coming across some video trying to expose Raycon as being a con. So if you guys want to check that out, be sure to check the original video on your own.
Say you got it as a Mother's Day gift, but all your siblings watch my channel, or go to buyraycon.com/wang. You'll get 20% off your Raycon purchase, plus free shipping. The public first learned of the Nickelodeon
Here we go.
Gigaleaks in a 4
Nickelodeon has been breached by hackers. I don't know where else to share this information, so I'm just gonna write it here.
chan thread dated June 27th, 2023. The post explains
Oh, it was way back then, even.
that a year prior, the company's internal database was breached. All of the production material to their current lineup was stolen.
Oh, wait a minute. This actually reminded me of the Nintendo Gigaleak, where there was this leaked, what was it? A leaked demo or ROM of some F-Zero game, and it had like beta versions of a lot of other N64 games hidden on it, including beta versions of Ocarina of Time that may have been like Zelda with like completely different dungeon layouts, like like the Deku Tree was very, very massive, and even the water temple. Oh my god, if you thought the water temple in Ocarina of Time was confusing enough, you ain't seen nothing until you see the water temple and the leaked ROM. Oh my god.
Including scripts and animation files. The assets were now being circulated in private. To prove this, the OP pointed to a page on the SpongeBob SquarePants wiki. It proposed a template for leaked episodes, noting the unauthorized
Future.
as released of the episode Arbor Day Disarray. The episode officially premiered in June, but it was leaked in its entirety a month
okay.
prior online.
I
Both
see.
the user and moderators acknowledge it had been obtained illegally. The 4chan post
Oh my god.
concludes, I feel bad having this on my chest. My hopes are that with this information known, it might reach Nickelodeon themselves, and their security could be investigated, thus hopefully preventing future leaks.
Okay, so this was someone who was just trying to... You said the... Yeah, because it always annoyed you. Yeah, there's someone that I know that would rather me just not have sponsors, even though it would technically help out a lot. So, okay, so the person who quote-unquote leaked this was trying to make sure that something like that doesn't happen again. I mean, I can appreciate the honesty with regards to that, but at the same time, it's like... It kind of makes you wonder.
Their shows from occurring. Of course, a lot of people doubted the authenticity of these files, which
Yeah.
led OP to share this image as proof. When this didn't suffice, OP shared some of the leaked material.
Okay, so we were trying to prevent leaks, but because people didn't believe you, you just kind of had to do it.
First was a show bible for Transformers Earthspark, then 2 files related to the upcoming Rock Paper Scissors, which removed doubt that their claims were baseless. The thread exploded in activity as details emerged about the breach. Several Anons came forward with supposed insight as to how the breach occurred. They claimed it had been breached through the site Nick Central, or
Okay.
Viacom's internal archive. The latter was indexed on search engines and available through a simple Google search. People began attempting to brute force the password as word spread across social media. This is when OP started to face backlash from others in the know.
Okay.
The first was in
Yeah.
response to someone asking for leaks of older Nicktoons. They accused OP of exaggerating the scale, claiming it was a few gigs at most. This Anon claimed that most of the assets came from newer shows that nobody cared about. Most of the Nick leaks are unrelated to this. There have been verified insiders leaking info about upcoming stuff for years. The show executives have begged corporate to investigate it, and they get ignored because stuff about some baby shows leaking doesn't affect the bottom line.
Okay, so apparently this kind of stuff, if it's not losing them money, then what's the point?
This was reiterated by a Discord user claiming that 45% of what OP said was false. I don't know, man. Whoever it is conflating a lot of things and has some infos wrong. So I think it's someone on outside making shit up. They happen to be right in some cases, but wrong in others. In response, a mega link was posted with a
Okay, and so this is where it comes in.
collection of stolen materials. And
Stolen, huh?
they kept coming. This is when the story picks up on Twitter. On June 28th, a 16-year-old named Ghostly Tongue began tweeting about the Nickelodeon Gigaleak. Ghostly showcased a number of the stolen files,
Already forgot about you. Apparently 500 gigs.
reiterating the 500 gigabyte figure. There were significant updates as to what was or wasn't in the files. But most interesting was this clarification. Update: SpongeBob's Sailor Mouth
Oh, it's not there.
was not in the Nickelodeon Gigaleak, nor on Nick's servers. It's most likely on a physical tape and or destroyed, by the way.
Huh.
Please stop begging for it in my DMs. Before we go forward, it's worth discussing what was in the leak. Nick was following
I wanna see.
the situation closely and was monitoring
Yeah, I bet they are. I mean, that's what the OP said. They wanted to make sure that Nick knew what they were doing.
both Twitter and 4chan. They DMCA'd material near instantaneously, and
Yeah, I'd imagine that.
many files were blocked directly for copyright. There's
Yeah, but here's the thing. When it comes to copyright and doing stuff like that, it's already on the internet, meaning people probably already have it downloaded on their whatnots, and as soon as you get rid of one upload, another one will take its place. I think that's what happened with the leak Kingdom Hearts pilot animatic. Disney tried to take that down, but it kept getting re-uploaded anyway.
There's only one known collection of this breach data to exist. A 6.7 gigabyte file called nick.7zip. This is
Okay.
where the narrative starts to split. The Discord
Oh, so
leakers were insistent that very little old or developmental material leaked. They claimed that at most, only 50 gigabytes leaked. But Nick.7z contradicted this as it contained archival material for a lot of old shows. The listing
okay, I see. Looking at it has the Bibles of the following shows: Doug, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, All Real Monsters. Nigel Thornberry's Animal World is so smashing.
includes Doug, Rugrats,
Oh yeah, SpongeBob was originally going to be called Sponge Boy, but SpongeBob I guess sounded better.
Ren and Stimpy, Our Real Monsters, The Wild Thornberries, SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Chalk Zone, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Danny Phantom, Avatar, El Tigre, and more. This file is
Yeah.
quite difficult to obtain, but its contents unearthed previously unknown
If it's that difficult, I'd imagine, well, someone must have access. I'm sure it's uploaded somewhere or another, even if it's on a private Discord.
animation history. For example, Cat Dog, CatDog didn't have a pitch Bible, and was sold off an early version of the theme song recorded by creator Peter Hannon.
Really? So this show was based off of its theme song rather than off of a pre-existing concept. That's actually kind of funny.
While the
I know that my dad likes the theme song.
original demo was released on his website, the final rendition was never heard in full until the leak. The
Really?
pitch Bible to Danny Phantom shows it originally involved demons and the dead.
Oh, well, so, I mean, ghosts are technically the spirits of the dead, so...
This contradicts later claims by Butch Hartman that the ghosts were never meant to be dead.
Oh, I see. Well, technically, I do know the fates of some of the ghosts of Danny Phantom.
Then you had the Patakis.
Oh, I know about this one. I knew about the Patakis. It was a Hey Arnold spinoff that was deemed too dark by Nickelodeon standards. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. You ever get that feeling when you're about to sneeze, but then you end up not sneezing? Yeah, that just happened. But yeah, they were gonna make a show called The Patakis, where it's Helga who's older and I think maybe in high school or something, but Nickelodeon deemed it too dark even though Invader Zim exists.
This was a scrapped spin-off of Hey Arnold centered around Helga Pataki. It took place 6 years after the original
Yes, yeah.
show and was intended for older
The ghost of King Boom Boo. I don't know if he's in Danny Phantom.
audiences on Nick at Night. This was also
Oh, it was on. Okay, I figured it wasn't on the main. Well, technically, Nick at Night is based on the main channel, but
true of Nigel Thornberry's Animal World. There's a lot more examples, but I think you get the point.
Yeah.
It preserved a lot of previously unknown material and provided a lot of insight into these productions. On July 3rd, it appeared that some people would be facing legal consequences
okay, here we go.
for all this. That
Are the people that leaked it in trouble, or is it people that are associated with it, or at the very least, people that are trying to spread it around?
day, Ghostly claimed 2 of the people involved were rumored to have been taken
A near sneeze and
down by the feds or Nickelodeon.
okay, 2 of the people rumored to be taken down by. Yo, get this. I heard that Obama worked for the feds. That ain't a good look, Barack.
They were
Okay.
identified by their Discord tags Bow Down and Incidental 70. These users vanished without a trace, as well as every server they
They dimmed, vanished.
belonged to. This escalated 3 days later when Ghostly issued a statement. Recently, I spoke up about the Nickelodeon Giga Leak, and I understand that it might not have sat well with everyone. But here's the thing. I'm standing my ground. What I want to emphasize is that I felt scared when some individuals tried to push back or even resort to doxing.
Oh,
It's disheartening
Lord.
to witness such negative reactions instead of fostering healthy discussions or simply choosing to move on. We can coexist peacefully even if we don't see eye to eye.
I wonder if this happened with the Nintendo Giga Leaks, because I don't remember this happening. I don't remember that happening. I remember people getting very excited that we got all this beta content.
The next day, 2 articles were published about the leaks. The first was by Cybersecurity Hub, who covered Ghosty's tweets. The second was by Hackread, who published a statement by Nickelodeon. We are aware of social media posts that alleged production-related files are made available without authorization, and we are investigating. The alleged leaked content appears related to production files only, not long-form content or employee or user data,
Yeah,
and some of
at
it
least
appears to
that's
be
good.
decades old. The article also interviews Ghosty, who they ask about the leak's origin. There's no clear answer. There's only an estimation between fall of 2022 and January of 2023.
Okay, so no one actually knows where it comes from.
And Ghosty also elaborated on the threat. It was a message I sent out as someone was threatening my livelihood and attempting to dox me.
Oh, hell no.
Ghosty speculated
Is it someone who worked at Nickelodeon, or is it just some sort of... I was gonna say a die-hard fanatic, but I highly doubt someone like that would go as far as to threaten and dox people. Shit.
that this person was involved with the leaks, but declined to give a name. They continued providing updates undeterred until getting doxed on July
Oh, this...
26th. Feeling deeply shaken and scared right now. Recently, I experienced the terrifying violation of being doxed, and now I've learned that my Discord token was leaked in 2020.
Oh,
the worst
no.
part is that all my Discord DMs have been breached and exposed. It's a nightmare I can't shake off. I fear the breach might have happened due to a bad actor exploiting permissions on one of the bots. I'm scared for my online safety and don't know where else my private information might be floating around. Taking immediate steps to secure my account, changing passwords, and enabling 2FA, but the anxiety lingers. Please, everyone, be vigilant and cherish your online.
No, who the hell would do something like this? I mean, I could understand if you really don't want certain, I guess, trade secrets getting out. Yeah, I mean, that's literally the whole point of, like, Mr. Krabs' secret formula. He doesn't want anyone to know anything about it, especially Plankton, but then again, I'm pretty sure Plankton would resort to these kinds of, to this kind of shenanigans and tomfoolery.
Privacy. The update stopped sometime in August with Ghosty shifting focus to other topics.
All right.
This, as it turns out, was due to Nickelodeon's lawyers.
Okay, so they got in contact with them.
For Nick leaks, Nick has contacted me about it through their lawyers. I can't say much nor give files or tell you where any files are available. It's not great being the main person on a news article about a Nick hack. Not only that, but he revealed that the docs was revenge for hogging the leak. Plus,
Really? So it wasn't someone from Nickelodeon. It was someone who was butthurt about not having access to it.
with Nick lawyers saying those things, plus being doxxed heavily, it's not fun nor good for my mental health. I got doxxed for hogging the leaks. It's not like I'm supposed to leak it even more. There's clearly more to the story. Far more data had been obtained, and people were lying about what they had.
Oh,
this brings
yeah.
us to some of the final
one guy said that, yeah, OP is like 45% lying. No, they probably do have more.
updates Ghosty gave about the leaks. On July 30th, this title card was posted,
SpongeBob, water plate.
purported to be part of the leaks. It reads, SpongeBob water plate slow-mo, and it's dated April 27th, 1999. Then 30 minutes later, Ghosty tweeted out a now private YouTube video. Apparently, some SpongeBob stuff, like full music tracks, are being posted online.
Was there ever any original? I know that SpongeBob music is technically licensed through various other, like Sonoton Records, which is where a lot of very recognizable tracks come from, like a lot of the Krusty Krab music, Mrs. Puff's theme, and what's it called? The Incomparable Squidward, and then various other songs. But whether or not they made like original music, I have honestly no idea.
The leaker or person connected to these Nickelodeon Giga Leaks has a YouTube video and has been posting the leaks since as early as May 14th, 2023. It was in early 2024 that Bedhead Bernie, who brought this topic to my attention and wrote most of this video, became aware of a mysterious YouTube channel called Nautical Sponge.
He uploads garbage. We'll see about that.
In many ways, it was innocuous, uploading memes and fan edits from the community. But hidden in between these memes were rare bits of SpongeBob archival material.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? In some episodes of Invader Zim. In the one episode, Gurk goes crazy and stuff. The creator, Jonan, wanted to implement a scene where Gurr is covered in blood. But of course, that wouldn't... Of course, like hell, Nickelodeon would ever allow something like that to happen. Even though they've shown blood before more than once, albeit in a more basic fashion. So Jonan Vasquez decided to hide a bloody Gurr in isolated frames throughout various episodes. And the fact that this YouTuber is doing that, but in the context of SpongeBob leaks, yeah, that's why it reminded me of that.
The first clip brought to their attention was a textless upload of the theme song. Immediately you'll notice the similarities to the title card shown before, but just watching it is proof enough that this was the real deal.
Yeah.
In fact, scattered through this and several associated channels, there's a cache of unmistakably genuine leaks. You got audio of Mr. Krabs swearing.
Oh shit, wait.
What's that music?
I think Mr. Krabs is gonna sing.
Oh, right. If I get onto money, how great my life would be. We don't tell you fucking madness. Son of a bitch of B.
Let's go.
That's my fucking energy. I just thought I'm free.
I mean, think about it. Mr. Krabs was in the Navy. He was told that there were 13 bad words. Of course, Squidward was confused, saying, aren't there only 7? Not if you're a sailor.
Footage of Patchy swearing.
Oh, Patchy the Pirate, let's go. Fuck! There we go.
Production music, outtakes, bits and pieces of everything. It wasn't limited to SpongeBob either.
And before childhood ruin, people see you hate people getting harassed and stuff. Yeah, a lot of people are not big fans of any of that shit, so...
The channel also ordered the Drake and Josh intro without text, and the studio acapella to the iCarly theme.
Oh, ooh.
I know, you see,
Somehow the world will change for me and be so wonderful. Something that I want to do with this channel is that I just want to sing a cappella, so that I don't have to worry about putting in the instrumentation. I can just sing at my own pace.
The individual had clearly disguised himself to distribute leaked content. And on November 28th of 2023, Nautical Nonsense uploaded lost footage from the Season 2 episode, You Wish. The Lost Media Wiki has a section describing how this surfaced.
Oh, really? Found alternate Patchy the Pirate segment. Oh, that's right. I think I remember vaguely learning about this, where there are actually alternative endings to Shanghai, depending on what viewers wanted, which character to get well, like at the end of the episode, the Dutchman gives them all like 3 wishes. And of course, SpongeBob and Patrick accidentally used the first 2 wishes, and like officially SpongeBob gets the last wish, but apparently you could call in and choose. Although I don't know how it worked.
The recording is said
iCarly.
to have originated from Discord, posted by an anonymous person with access to SpongeBob production tapes. They identified this person as Nautical Sponge, even alleging them to having uploaded it originally. It became clear that there existed a trove of archival material that was being circulated among private groups. Looking through tweets from around when the story broke, most of what's referenced can be seen in Nick.7z, but one in particular stood out for being noticeably absent. There is a 21-minute audio recording of Steven Hillenburg teaching an animator how to draw SpongeBob. The audio had been posted to Twitter, but was no longer available due to a
I remember like in certain bumpers way back in the day, they would there would be little bumpers saying, "Hey, I'm the creator of this show, and I'm going to teach you how to draw this character," which I've always kind of wanted to do, but I'm not much of a drawer. My sisters are the ones that draw all the time.
the MCA. This led Bernie to contact the user in private to ask for a copy. The user re-uploaded it to the Internet Archive, confirming its authenticity. When asked if they remembered when it first leaked, they pointed to a Discord user who ran the Twitter account @CartoonUpdates. This account had previously made waves leaking content from a variety of shows, like the Ren and Stimpy reboot.
Oh yeah. There's a Ren and Stimpy reboot. I mean, I'm guessing it's not the adult party cartoon that was on. Was it on Spike TV?
Discord server around the time of the leaks, and they joined the server. I think they have internal access too, and aren't just somebody who downloaded the leaks. They would also send a PDF containing hundreds of pages of SpongeBob production art. By this point, there wasn't even a video in the works. It was just cool to see all this previously unseen stuff.
Nice.
Then a few days later, the user sends Bernie this.
Oh.
I know this may come as a shock, but Sailor Mouth audio has been found.
Oh, here we go. It may not have been in that other... Wait.
Ah, blow me!
Blow me. Did he say blow me, or did he say blow me?
There's an interesting backstory behind this.
Because he, like Wang mentioned earlier, that they made up fake curse words instead of using actual ones.
Clip. Bernie was actually shown this same video month.
Spike TV is a old Viacom affiliated channel in the same vein as like MTV.
Prior. But despite the source being trustworthy, you could never really be sure in this age of deepfakes and digital manipulation. So he was asked to see if he could find where he originally found it. It turns out that the file had been shared on a
SpongeBob has gone mad.
private Discord server. The actual file was dated on June 30th of 2023. In my view, this was evidence that the uncensored cut of Sailor Mouth had actually been circulating for months, and we now had a
Oh, no, that actually reminds me of some instances of like lost media that's just been sitting around that nobody actually knew was there, but then there are some instances where it was there, but then it just mysteriously vanishes. So it's like, we had it at our fingertips, and then it was gone. But at least here, we know that it's here.
credible source to back it up. Bernie tweeted about this discovery on January 16th of 2024, where it caught the attention of a prominent SpongeBob-related account. I'm gonna censor their name, but it's someone who's likely to be in the know on this topic. I'll refer to this person as Bob. Bob expressed doubt.
Okay, yeah, we got to keep at least some level of anonymity. If they're on Nickelodeon's radar, then you'd probably want to watch out anyway.
They wound up having a conversation in private. He explained that he was familiar with the SpongeBob leaking community, and he was actually in a server
Of course, there's a leaking community.
with Nautical Sponge. In terms of Sailor Mouth Uncensored being a part of that Nick leak, unless they're lying about it, then they don't have it. I don't know why they lie about that. However, Bob conceded that the community was known for hoarding information. The thing
Okay.
is,
No, that actually reminds me of the search for the Backyardigans pilot.
these people have access to like everything. Storyboards, music, vocal recordings, but they don't dump anything. I don't know why. They have storyboards for practically every episode, but outside of the one Discord server I'm in, you'd never even know there was a breach.
Okay, so they've had all of this the whole time, but they just kept it to themselves. I mean, I'd imagine as a means of keeping Nickelodeon off their tracks, but...
Bob then gave insight to the inner workings of the SpongeBob leaker community. The server in question had several different levels of clearance. The SpongeBob
Okay,
community
yeah.
in general is very gatekeepy. The way the server is set up, once you reach a certain level, you get access to some of the leaks, which is just so dumb.
I mean, they have a point.
Now.
You wouldn't want any of that shit just getting out, and then they'd be in all sorts of legal trouble.
Now here's where it gets even weirder. Bernie asked Bob about cartoon leaks, and he said he'd never heard of them before.
Oh,
Bernie
okay.
sent the Steven Hillenburg audio as well as the aforementioned PDF. These seem legit. Granted, they could come from a real source other than the leak, since that stock thing would probably be used by merchandisers. I've definitely never seen the Hillenburg thing though, no mistaking that. Makes sense. But then Bernie sent the clip of Sailor Mouth. Never seen it before, but first impressions, the quality sounds a little different on the two lines. I don't recognize the other line from anything, so it could be real, but I'd remain skeptical.
Right.
Bernie agreed.
Sometimes you have to take these things with a grain of salt. Yeah, my left, Jenny has always been your favorite, because 5 o'clock at a caught to go playing at the skate park down by the mall.
But pointed out that it's possible that it was simply spliced into the final episode. Unable to come to a verdict, Bob asked if he could send it to Nautical Sponge, as it would be hard to deny if it was real. Bob sent the clip, and he
You
got
love
ghosted.
entertainment?
I think
Yeah.
he's ignoring it. He's been sending things in servers since I messaged him. If I had to theorize, it probably is real, and it wasn't supposed to be circulated.
I'm sure there's a lot of things like that weren't supposed to be.
And to be clear, this is just his own theory. In the same way,
Like, within the realm of lost media, sometimes when it comes to, like, lost pilots, I know that in the case of the Johnny Bravo pilot, the creator didn't want to release the pilot. He wanted to keep it a secret, so that way it maintained a certain... I'm trying to think of a conjugation of the word special, but none such exists the way that I'm trying to describe it. He wanted to keep it secret so that it maintains that special quality.
that it's still only an assertion that the full audio is circulating. But it seems that even the leaker community isn't entirely sure what's in circulation just due to the sheer amount of breaches and exploits pulled on Nick. Shortly after, Bernie was contacted by another source within the community. He had caught wind of the discussion. I'll refer to this guy as Deez. This is when it became clear
D's nuts.
just how messy the flow of information was. Deez explained that calling all this the Giga Leak was misleading, because all this material originated from a variety of different sources.
Oh, right.
Some of that stuff was also from a site called Nick Central, where someone found an account for sale and was able to get access to show production material. What Nick Central is, it's like a site for advertisers. They go there to get references for their products, advertising, stunt campaigns, from what I've heard. That Ghosty Tongue kid really muddled everything when he kept claiming it was a huge-ass Giga Leak.
Okay, so we have a whole lot of hearsay at this point.
When in reality, most that got leaked was production assets from Nick Central. Some other leaks
I mean, calling it a Giga Leak is... I'd imagine calling it a Giga Leak is more just as like an umbrella term, a sort of catch-all statement.
came from a site called Shift.io. People could find stuff from that
Why,
site and
what?
they uploaded just by using Google's indexed results.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I know about Tom Kenny's... Tom Kenny has a huge track record. He voices a crap ton of characters.
It's insane how bad the security was. Deez also offered some comments about the Sailor Mouth clip. I don't think Nick would actually ever bother digitizing or archiving Sailor Mouth uncensored. Like when people say Nick has Sailor Mouth, I think they mean, yeah, some old tape sitting somewhere in the physical archives. Most likely, those clips you were given weren't from Sailor Mouth, but from random clips of crew members' outtakes during recordings. Most voice actors curse and shit during that.
Yeah.
But to complicate things even further, he was also unfamiliar with the Steven Hillenburg audio. There could be more out there that people are sitting on. He also spoke about rumors of a rogue employee and a closed-door source that vanished. Most of these guys are given stuff from a guy that is very closed doors, from what I've heard. And he vanished when everything was patched. Rumors floating around about a rogue employee or something, but honestly no one knows. This could relate to other rumors that a former SpongeBob crew member once had the uncensored
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I remember this as well. Paul Tippett, one of the big guys behind the series.
Sailor Mouth tape. But until then, the answer about whether or not this is actually legitimate remains inconclusive. And all we'll have is a 3-second clip of SpongeBob yelling, "Blow me." The clip went
Okay, he is saying blow me.
public on February 20th of 2024 in rather strange
Well, I found my preview for the clip.
circumstances. That day, an account named OptiGear posted the following. "Hey guys, SpongeBob Leaker here. Proof im image. Did not expect it to get this big, not gonna lie. Anyways, I might be in deep shit for this. But here's the link to my profile which contains all the stuff."
Okay, so he's just letting it all out. Yeah, imagine if hackers were this passionate about the files instead of some TV show. Oh, if only. Yeah. Clancy Brown, yeah. The only other character I know Clancy Brown voices is Principal Pangborn from All Grown Up. Spyro games were hard to play because you fail at them. I've never played Spyro. I know my older sister has, though.
Don't really care anymore. The damage is done. The tweet contained the link to SpongeBob.
Yeah, if only they could go after those files instead.
.zip. It had a lot of the files from Nick.7z, but there were a few additions though, such as a
If only that power could be used for good.
PDF in each part named Clown. It contains Ghosty's real name
Oh, no.
and labels him as a mentally autistic hacker.
Oh,
It
good lord.
also
Shut
contained the
up.
first known excerpt of Sailor Mouth, as well as a second previously unheard clip.
You fuckface!
Let's go.
This revelation went viral, amassing millions of views and over 30,000 likes. It also reached YouTube with the subject of reaching a wider audience for the first time. The second clip is strange to say the least. It seemingly wasn't circulating, and it's difficult to place where it'd actually appear in the episode. There's speculation that it could be a completely unused outtake, while others suspect that it's just fake. And this is largely where the story ends today.
Yeah, because with the rise of AI voice generation, it's hard to know what's real and what isn't.
With the verdict on whether or not these clips are authentic remaining unclear, the broader mystery of how much material was actually stolen from Nickelodeon also remains unclear.
Yeah.
With it being entirely possible, maybe even likely, that we never get a conclusive answer. But anyway, that's all we know for now. If you like this video, turn on notifications and check out my video about other Nickelodeon lost media.
Alright, that was pretty... Oh, there's other stuff. Well, I think that might be a very old one, but I enjoyed that. I mean, this video's from a year ago, so... a little late to the party, but you're never too late to have some fun. Alright, now that we got that warm-up out of the way, now let's actually get into the subject of, well, what this stream is named after. I wanted to check out this bad art history video by Frankie Faye about, well, we pronounce it wojak, but it's technically wojak because it's a Polish word that means soldier, I think. Someone can quote me if I'm wrong, but I do really want to get into this. It's an hour long, so we're definitely going to have to at least try to speed it up a little. And it's going to be VOD exclusive, so be sure to watch the whole thing, or at the very least, listen to it as you're falling asleep. So let's go ahead, make sure you check out the original video, even if it is an hour long. Don't be... So, I really, really want to get into the history of Voyaks, Soyjaks, and you. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a big fan of Soyjak and Wojak memes. I've never vibed with them whatsoever. They always seem... I know why I don't particularly vibe with them. Like, I much prefer I much prefer old school, like, rage faces, like the troll face and the why you know, and then those kinds of faces in particular. But so I admit that I'm biased towards that. There are other reasons I'm not a big fan of Voyaks and Soyjaks, but I am interested to see their history because it just seems like there's a new rage face every now and then. I do kind of know, I do know about the Doomer face. You guys probably know which one I'm talking about. And then there's like the, what was it? The various Chads and others and the Chuds and all of that. Like the one who looks, you'll find out as we look at the video, but be sure to check out the original video, so don't be afraid to watch it all the way through. This is just gonna be a VOD exclusive because I couldn't really find anything else to look at. We could have looked at the Johnny Somali trial stuff, but I don't know any of the legal jargon, and yeah, let's go ahead and see what's going on here.
There is literally nothing funnier than drawing your enemies as stupid, ugly, easily excitable morons. And in 2009,
I mean, I do know about that, no, I like that Reddit mod syndrome one. That one I actually kind of like because there's just something so perfect about it.
The internet asked, what is the funniest possible way to do that?
Yes. Now this, Trollface was one of the OGs. Can we please go back to this? I'm serious.
And modern memes as we understand them today were born.
Yeah.
But over the last few years, you've probably noticed the explosive popularity of this weird new meme. A meme so huge, they're posting it on...
Yeah, I don't even know where these actually come from. I know that they're based on, like, real pictures and stuff, but yeah.
the official White House Twitter.
No, the fact that the White House is using these memes is so... It's actually kind of freaky, low-key. I mean, they use one of the JD Vance meme faces in one of their meme whatever the hell is, and I'm like, really?
It's called Wojaks and Soyjaks.
Yes,
and
this guy, this one right here. I remember this being one of the first that I've ever seen.
it sounds hard to believe,
Yeah.
but these might just be the future of human communication.
Ugh, I will hope not. I'd rather go back to the old stuff.
You might be thinking, wow, that's insane. But I have a theory, and I'm
Yes.
going to spend the rest of
And Jack likes, no.
this video trying to prove it to you.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I still don't vibe with them, but maybe my mind can be changed.
That's how much I like you.
You don't know me.
I propose that memes, like living things, mutate and evolve and compete for one precious resource.
I'm pretty sure Emperor Lemon has made a similar video about how memes are the language of the people. So much so that even back during the days of World War II, they would use memes in order for like war propaganda, among other things. But, you know, like Uncle Sam and stuff.
Our attention. And if you study Wojaks and Soyjaks the way that you study wildlife, suddenly, all of our weird internet behaviors make a great deal of sense.
Yeah.
Why did calling someone dumb on the internet go from this to this to this?
No, the syndrome one. I'm pretty sure that syndrome. No, that one. I actually kind of like that one.
Why are we obsessed with taking something deadly
Oh
serious
yes, this is the origin of that one.
and reducing it to just a
Yeah,
funny
this
little
one.
guy? And why did the troll face unironically alter the course of human history?
I don't know.
This is the legend of the Soyjak Safari. This is bad art history.
Welcome, little warrior. Everyone in chat is talking about Spyro, and I'm over here talking about rage faces. Funny how that happens, isn't it?
The year is 2008. One
Okay.
fateful day, September 18th, a small-time
Whoa.
artist going by
Oh, here it is. Okay, so now we're getting Eat More Ben Jerry's
the name Win logs onto his account on a website called DeviantArt and
comic trolls. What trolls want you to believe?
uploads
What
a
is
crude
actually
illustration that
happening?
would change the internet forever. This artwork, titled Comic Trolls, was the masterpiece that gave the internet one of its most iconic recurring characters, the troll face.
Oh my god.
An ageless,
Problem?
raceless, vaguely male homunculus that, when
Vaguely
posted online,
male.
basically said that you were the cool one and the other guy sucks.
Oh, and then this face. This one I remember quite fondly. The Fa face. And its variations.
And this formula fundamentally hasn't changed. For reasons that will take this entire video to explain, all internet social behavior really does boil down to this. Me smart,
Me smart.
you stupid,
Yeah.
also you look like this. So
Yeah.
that part makes sense. And the role of the troll face in that basic interaction is pretty easy to understand. But somewhere along the way, the troll face gave rise to a new species called
Yes, and then there are so many. There's like the fuck yeah face. Then there's the you mad. Then there's the you mad bro. And then there's the you gotta be kidding me. And then there's the me gusta. And then there's the why you know. Oh my god, those were the days.
the Wojak. So what is it? A Wojak is a meme that has dominated internet discourse over the last decade or so, and it has a very distinct look.
Yeah.
It's a simple drawing that
And then there's this variation of it. That's the.
resembles
This isn't. It's not quite the Doomer one. The Doomer one has the black beanie and is smoking.
this face. That's it. But that doesn't mean that any old doodle that gets memed on is automatically a Wojak.
Yeah.
For instance, Pepe the Frog was a crude drawing that became a massive meme.
Yeah.
But he's not a Wojak. And neither is this,
Actually.
or this, or this. The key difference is that every member of the Wojak species shares one common ancestor, the troll face.
The troll face, yes.
And this is where our evolutionary story begins.
It's time.
Part 1.
It's alive. It'd be like here, the bells of
It's
doom.
alive. I have a confession. I am not actually a scientist, and I hate disclaimers.
Well, I'm an amateur at best. Let's just leave it at that.
But in the interest of doing good science, I want to really quickly explain how I put this together. In the course of my research, I noticed something very odd. Memes are like living things.
Yeah.
And for this video to make sense, I'm going to ask you to go along with the following extended loose metaphor.
Don't worry, I know a thing or two about metaphors.
Wojaks and Soyjaks are a kind of digital wildlife that can thrive in many ecosystems. The
Yep.
swamps of 4chan, the soy oceans of Reddit, the incomprehensible tundra that is the Shardy.
What the hell is the Shardy?
And if that name sounds funny, I promise, I will explain it.
I don't know what that is.
Like actual wildlife, memes compete for resources or attention, they die off, become irrelevant and fall out of use, and they adapt quite quickly to suit
We need to bring we need to bring old rage faces back. We need to bring MLG back.
different digital
For me at least, MLG memes were absolute peak. For me at least. Back in high school, you watch them roll. You don't remember the rest of how that. Oh yeah, they see me rolling. They are hating. No, I remember in high school, everyone had an MLG sound effect app, and then it had things like the air horn and the bell baby a triple and the get no scoped and the smoke weed every day and all that. Oh my god, that shit was peak.
environments. It's a tortured analogy, it's not perfect, but I think this is the best way to explain what is, at the end of the day, like a socio-cultural internet phenomenon.
Is it?
So I have a few little disclaimers and then we can actually get into it. 1. I spent 5 weeks of my life,
5
24/7,
weeks.
plotting
All right, good. Good night, Jack.
every Wojak and Soyjak I could think of on this Venn diagram.
That is.
This is not a scientific chart. I just made this up. But for the purpose of this video, I would say it worked.
Yeah.
2. There are well over tens of thousands of unique soyjaks and wojaks.
Joy sacks.
More are being made every single day. I cannot possibly plot them all on this chart. That also means that there are going to be some glaring omissions. And we're all adults here, so let's be honest. At the end of the day, these memes are a tool meant to make fun of people. Many of them are extremely specific to every cross-section of human you could possibly imagine. Please understand what I mean by this.
Probably not.
So for my peace of mind and for the most educational viewing experience, I'm going to skip a few. But
Okay.
here is how I decided
Because, I wasn't paying attention.
what
But...
to include. To be a species on this chart, you must meet 3 or more of the following criteria.
Okay.
Be a visual descendant of the troll face. Be a meme that is used repeatedly and consistently to express either a relatable state of being or a way to call somebody bad.
Yeah.
Bad can mean anything. Exist because of a
Not that one, the one with the wheeled bike and the frog hiding it.
prominent internet
I
trend.
don't know what
or
that is.
Exists specifically to make fun of any species already on the chart. 3, and this is kind of my thesis here, jacks are on the brink of ecological collapse. And that's directly
I'm sure they are.
related to the fact that there are way too many of them. Now,
Yeah, there's a shit ton.
I will try my very best to prove my thesis. However, I think I am the only person that has ever tried to do this. I'm not going to get everything right.
The Emperor Lemon has kind of come close.
But in the interest of scientific rigor, I have made my findings publicly available. Anybody who wants them can
Okay, here, do we want to look at this? Do we want to look at this after we're done watching?
download them, you can make your own version, whatever you want. Strap in, video begins right
So
now.
that we could just look at each and every one of them one by one. We can craft a narrative using them and see what happens.
Part 2.
You mad, bro?
You mad, bro?
Yes.
This is the start of Wojak prehistory.
Let's go.
I'm actually filming this in the cave where they drew the first Wojak. Through the 2000s, the barren plains of the internet gave rise to this digital living thing that could survive in seemingly any condition. A meme.
Oh,
And
yeah, and the dancing baby.
2008 arose one of the most enduring memes of all time. The troll face. And while humanity scrambled to figure that one out, one species of meme quickly colonized
Yes, all of these faces. Let's see, this is no, this is lol, that's why you know, that's fuh, that's this is me gusta, this is forever alone, and then this one is okay. Yes, I remember these like they were yesterday.
the shit out of a website known as 4chan.
And of course, it all starts with 4chan. It's always 4chan.
This meme was called Rage Comics. Between 2008 and 2013, Rage
Yes, you see this? Yes, it's so relatable. Granted, I don't know if I've had this happen many times, but I'm sure it's happened to some people a bunch of times.
Comics, crude black and white digital artworks depicting
Blood floats on blood.
funny,
Wait for
relatable
it to
vignettes
blood.
absolutely ran the internet. Going with our metaphor here,
Yes, I think I remember watching a video about it, or some music video.
it was a species that thrived. Reddit, 4chan, 9gag, Twitter, anywhere
Oh, remember 9gag?
remotely hospitable to digital
I haven't heard 9gag in a while.
life, and Rage Comics would infest it. And the trollface ruled the meme landscape by orders of magnitude. But that didn't stop new species of Rage Comic from popping up everywhere.
Yep.
And as they crowded their respective
This video, yes, the dancing badgers.
environments online,
That's you with the ruler.
they started to compete for a valuable resource, our attention, and our clicks.
Oh, and then this SpongeBob meme.
So, Trollface, what's the deal? He didn't invent Rage Comics, to be clear. He was just one of many, and he
Yeah.
first hit the internet, like we discussed, on September 18th of 2008, on the art-sharing
Stupid, uneducated opinion. You were fucking regarded.
website deviantart.com. While there's no scientific consensus on why he looks like that, meme researchers agree that he was likely an offshoot of the much less successful meme, the rodent.
Oh, I think I might have seen this before.
Crazy how that one never took off. Anyway, Trollface proliferated like few memes ever had. He was recognizable around the world, and that's why it was no shock when
All around the world.
nearly a year to the day after the trollface species first blessed the internet, scientists discovered a novel species of trollface
And now here comes the doomer.
called Feels Guy.
Oh, no, that's what he was called, yes.
Feels Guy was the Big Bang. Feels Guy, by
I
all
can feel it. I feel it. What was that line in Space Odyssey where Hal is getting, like, disabled? He's like, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
appearances was a direct descendant of Trollface.
Yeah.
But how? What accounted for how different he looked? What was he doing on the Polish image board VChan? Of
Yes, because, yeah. Remember, we pronounce it Wojak, but it's technically Voyak.
all places. Why did people call him Feels Guy? Unfortunately, given how long ago this was in terms of internet time, a lot of context has been lost. But here's what we do know. Feels Guy was named after the prevailing internet slang of the time. Back in the late 2000s, it was very common online to say that something gave you the feel.
Oh, yes, I remember this terminology, yeah. Feels. Feels everywhere.
Or got you in your feels, hit you right in the feels.
Oh, right in the childhood. You like making smooth lines when you want to draw panels. Oh, yeah, and you're like, oh, come on, yeah.
You get...
Yeah, when it comes to, like, doing something like that, I much prefer doing it by hand on a piece of paper than doing it on a computer.
The idea. It was shorthand for melancholy or sympathy or...
Why can't I hold all these feels?
Or feeling deeply moved. And evidently, this depiction of Feels Guy standing alone in the crowd really hit the internet site.
Yeah, that's... I can relate to this. I mean, I've been to, like, house parties before, but there's never really anything for me to do. I'm always waiting for people to play games.
In its proverbial feels. So, at what point did Feels Guy become Wojak?
You can feel the strength of your arms. You feel them. You feel your arms as you perform the butterfly.
On February 3rd of 2012, one Redditor came forward and claimed that he was Wojak, the artist behind the original Feels Guy image. For the sake of not destroying the animal species metaphor, by the way, I'm not going to...
Oh, and then this guy, I can't sleep, it's too loud out there.
Any artists?
My avatar's in the way, but I don't feel like moving it right now.
Sorry. He clarified that his username was based on a Polish slang term that roughly translates to little warrior.
Yes.
Wojak. But Wojak was the incorrect reading of the word by non-Polish speakers.
Yeah.
And that's the one that stuck. And then, two very strange things happen relatively far apart. First, Feels Guy inexplicably appears on Reddit, far from his
Canadianfeels.jpg. Yeah, sounds about right, with little Timbits.
natural environment, dressed as a Canadian. And even though this is from 2012, this could easily have been made today.
This was made at the end, before the end of the world as the Mayans knew it. And this looks like it would be made, yeah.
Which tells us, as scientists, that Wojak has a distinct, repeated presentation. The second strange...
And how long has it been? It's 2026. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one has been around for 14 years. Wait, yeah, 14 years he's been around.
Thing to happen? In 2014, Wojak got laid.
Oh, did he?
Part 3.
The Wojak explosion.
Wojak explosion. From 2014 on, the Wojak
Yes, and then the crying version.
wilderness oversaw the emergence of numerous, visibly distinct Wojak species. Somewhere along the way,
And then the Brainiac version.
Wojak reproduced. And these new Wojaks were weird. They were unique looking and hyper-suited to their environment. The environment in question being the swamps of 4chan. Specifically,
Of course.
the R9K business and politics boards.
Yes.
And if you have no idea what that means, these are just sub-communities for specific topics.
Yeah.
For the purpose of our metaphor, think of this as the natural environment of
We still gotta we need to watch Killer Bean at some point.
hyper-neurotic, hyper-online young men. What I'm saying is, it's no surprise that Wojaks took off here.
Yeah.
First among these fledgling species was the crying Wojak. His exact origins have never been revealed, but his earliest documented appearance...
Oh, yes, and there's various... yes, there's so many... Yes, I remember the pink-haired one, and then the... What's this called? McDonald's one. Of course, there's one of Sora that's just here.
was alongside some lost prototype Wojak, a smiling one...
Ow, the smiling one.
Feels Guy.
Where did everything feel so good?
Then, 3 more species are discovered in 2016. The masked crying...
Yes, this one. Whenever you try to sound like that you're right about... Whenever you try to argue your opinion is correct when secretly you ain't shit.
Wojak, for when you really, really wanted to piss someone off.
Yeah.
Followed by a sopping wet, pathetic Wojak wearing a McDonald's uniform called Wage Cuck. Followed by the NPC and Tired Wojak. We've just...
I'm tired.
Jumped from 1 to 6 distinct species that all express unique traits.
But the fact that we're calling these species instead of just subspecies.
Wagey or Wage Cuck
Wagey.
emerged from the language of...
The Hungry Caterpillar, yeah. I used to look at that book all the time.
Of super online shut-in culture, also known as NEET, not in employment or training.
Oh, no.
The joke is
the joke's on them. I am employed.
that having a job is slavery, and being a shut-in who can work but refuses to is like the ultimate state of enlightenment.
So like the Japanese hikikomori.
The NPC is an example of a discrete Wojak that really, really took off. If you didn't know, the NPC was once
It's like an angry version of this where he's got like little... Yeah.
incredibly popular way online to depict the weak-minded other. NPC comes from video games, it means non-player character. The premise of the meme is that you...
Sonic's arms are blue.
were the only one with critical thinking, and everybody else was just a boob that parroted mainstream media. And that was on the nicer end, as far as this meme presented itself in popular culture. And I would personally attribute the proliferation of Wojaks in 2016 to
You can't put aluminum foil in the microwave. Well, yeah, I'm sure you
the
can't.
NBC. It was an election year. This was some of the most mainstream exposure early Wojaks ever got. But we
Yeah.
could do this all day. I don't want to bore you with the details, because funny enough,
All right, take care, Brett.
the specifics don't really matter. Everything that happened from
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought I misread your message. I thought you were going to bed.
this moment on
Sorry.
was a 1-2-3 punch of mimetic mutation. Punch 1, 2016, Chad. Chad
Oh my god, yeah, this guy. Nordcook. Learn the
descends from a
difference.
pretty obscure
And
meme species called
Mediterranean.
Nordcock. Neither he nor his ancestors are Wojaks.
Oh, so it started out as something racist, huh?
They are an entirely different thing. However, Chad and various Wojak types
Source! I made it the fuck up.
frequently interact in nature, and through the course of this interaction, Chad became baked into Wojak DNA. I'll explain how when we discuss female Wojaks, but suffice to say,
Yeah, the female Wojaks, there's the one with black hair that's like vaguely goth, and then there's the one with blonde hair that has the blue dress.
like the Genghis Khan archetype that Chad is supposed to represent, a lot of Wojaks look the way they do because of him. Punch 2, the pink Wojak.
Yes.
In 2017, the pink Wojak signaled a major evolutionary change. The ability of
He's very angry. I mean, his blood is boiling like hell.
Wojaks to take on multiple physical traits at once. 2017, if you recall, was a huge year for cryptocurrency. The surging value of Bitcoin
Yeah.
prompted tons of investment, a
Everyone makes mistakes, yeah.
bubble formed, and then the bubble popped, and a lot of people lost their money. And during this period,
Oh yeah, I do know that. Who was it? The Zelda speedrunner Linkus7. He invested in some crypto. He has like thousands of dollars locked away in a crypto wallet, and he doesn't remember the password, and so he hasn't touched crypto ever since.
hundreds of crypto bros on 4chan's business board needed a new way to express
Oh, so this is where the business board comes in.
just how
I mean, the politics board, that's obvious, but
much this sucked, creating the perfect conditions for a new
crashing,
Wojak. The angriest one of them all, a screaming pink guy who cried tears of blood.
and of course he's wearing a modified McDonald's.
He was the picture of rage. And unlike all other Wojaks before, he could copy the physical attributes of any other Wojak. He had unlocked a new degree of versatility that, while useful, would have extinction-level consequences down the line.
Okay.
But the
Okay, I'm guessing it's become way too overused.
trouble wouldn't start just yet. Punch 3. Brainlets.
Right, yes, I've seen these before.
While Wojaks were establishing an environmental niche, they had a huge advantage. But they were by no means alone in the wilderness. Nothing evolves in a vacuum. The brief and tragic story of the brainlet species begins in 2015. Someone on 4chan
When will science finally find a cure for low IQ? I don't want to be a brainlet anymore. It's called studying. You should probably do that at some point.
Science Board was devastated to discover that he was a brainlet. And he was asking around if there existed a medical solution to his tiny brain. But no such cure existed, so the best anyone could do was start spamming 4chan threads with these weird guys with misshapen heads called brainlets. And the species was born. Between 2016 and 2017, the
Oh my god, the hammerhead one.
these brainlets began popping up everywhere, and they were increasingly converging on Wojak-like features. But you rarely hear the term brainlet these days because natural meme selection mostly killed them off. Also,
Oh
when
yeah, I don't think I've heard the word brainlet in a while.
I refer to a species as killed off in this video, I don't mean that it disappeared forever. Memes don't work this way. A
Yep.
meme dies when it becomes so irrelevant that it falls out of use. So just keep that in mind. So what happened? As brainlets butted up against the ever-multiplying number of Wojaks, it was adapt or die. Wojaks had a major edge. When it came to calling someone stupid on the internet,
Just put yes, and you have to make sure that you have the exaggerated lips. Sometimes the lips are very, very important, even though they low-key kind of bother me.
which is the entire purpose of this kind of meme, you could just respond with a generic brainlet. Or you could respond with a stupid look.
Or you could, yeah, my students are all morons. You could respond with the freaking Powerpuff Girls super fast clip meme. I'm sure some of you might know what I'm talking about.
Wojak that actually resembled
Oh, is this where it comes
the
from?
person you were insulting. This was way funnier and way more offensive than anything brainlets could offer.
Yeah.
And their numbers were soon devastated beyond repair,
Eh. I mean,
with the exception of one. But
oh,
you don't have
which
to let
one is
something like
this
that
one?
happen to you. No one said keeping yourself alive.
Oh, is this an ad? Yeah, yeah. You guys could check that out on your own if you want to, but
Brainlets.
yeah.
Some of the greatest minds of our generation struggle with this question. Why was 2017 such a tipping point for Wojaks?
I don't
Not
know.
to gas myself up too much, but I think I have the answer. One brainlet was smarter than all the others. Somewhere along the way,
He's not as much of a dimwit.
he must have understood that his
He must
kind
have
did not
understood.
have long left.
I'm a survivor. We're a dying breed.
Here we
He
go.
realized that the only way to guarantee a future for brainlet kind was
He's the one that's just... He looks like that he's quite content with his blissful ignorance. He's just living day by day. He might not know too much, but he knows enough just to get by.
to play the long game. Infuse Wojak DNA
No, all the others are either like borderline Jeff the Killer, or they're all like they're just freaking always upset at something.
with brainlet. And in so doing, this brainlet gave rise to the missing link. The first, Oomer.
The Oomers, yes. Oomers. We got boomers and doomers and goomers
Part
and
4.
yes.
Oomers.
Let's go.
Somewhere nestled deep in the fetid 4chan swamp was one smart brainlet. He resembled a humanoid caveman with kind of like a stomped-on head. And in the spring
Yeah.
of 2018, when whatever grows in a swamp was blooming, another new Wojak appeared. They called him the 30-year-old Boomer. Now, if you're just listening along, I need you to look at the screen for just a moment.
I'm looking at it. What am I supposed to be looking at?
This new Wojak was clearly just that brainlet
It's just that one with more hair.
with hair.
It's this one, but it's Turkish, and he doesn't have this little groove on his head.
But no one was calling him or
That 30-year-old boomer that holds crypto.
treating him like a brainlet. The thing is, looks absolutely matter when it comes to classifying Wojaks. But behavior matters too. Let's quickly check out our Venn diagram and see what it looks like.
No, we need to do a deep dive into this. No, we see this little anime goth boy up there.
Right now. So far, we have Rage Comics prominently featuring Trollface.
Yeah.
Then we have our main Wojak bubble. In the overlap is Feels Guy.
Feels guy.
Now, we can add brainlets in their own bubble. I didn't really go over these, but there are a few brainlet species that never really took off,
Oh no, big brain. I still see quite a bit.
but they so strongly resemble Wojaks that they fit the overlap.
Yep.
And let's now add a new bubble for Oomers. So what are Oomers? Why are they called that? Stepping back from our metaphor a bit into the real world, in 2018, the words boomer and zoomer were inescapable.
Yes, boomer refers to baby boomers, and I'm pretty sure zoomer is like Gen Z, which I'm like borderline between Gen Z and millennial. It's kind of hard to tell.
Boomer refers to baby boomers, and zoomers to Gen Z.
Yeah, it's like I'm in between that kind of thing. It's like I remember a lot of quote unquote 90s things, but I primarily grew up in the 2000s, which would make me Gen Z.
The ascendant younger generation that now had political and purchasing power.
Yeah.
Like millennials before them, zoomers came of age, and then everybody blamed us for everything wrong with society. Nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, and they've been doing that for generations.
But the masterminds on 4chan began to wonder.
But the thing that makes us different is that we have a better grasp of technology than older generations, and so that definitely gives us our quirks, to say the least.
You know, boomer and zoomer really do capture specific archetypes.
Right.
But other kinds of people can be depicted as oomers. And just like that, 4chan experienced a third wave of Wojaks in the form of these oomers. So you got boomers, groomers, bloomers,
Bloomers. Coomers, yes. Look everybody, it's DJ Dynamic Diddler Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, calling about his Hassan gooning rag. You know, cutie Cinderella, you better get the click, click, click.
And once the so-called Doomer Wojak hit 4chan in 2018, it
Yes, and then here's the Doomer one. This is the one I think I was talking about earlier.
was gasoline on that evolutionary fire. The Doomer Wojak was the inflection point. He was the next generation of
Yeah, he's the one that has taken the black pill, let's call it.
Feels Guy. Both of them got their name from existing slang. Both represented the melancholy of being a young person trying to find her way in the world. And both were popular as a meme because they articulated a very real problem.
Yeah.
Just not the same problem. The
Oh,
late
yeah.
2010s, alongside crypto and political turmoil and social media, were also characterized in a way by the growing awareness of male loneliness.
Yeah, the Shoe on Head has made plenty of videos about the male loneliness epidemic, and even the female loneliness epidemic.
Behind the veil of anonymity, thousands of young men expressed, and I would say continue to express, I feel that this is ongoing, feeling disenfranchised politically and in their social lives. And not to get preachy or anything, but I have a strong feeling that you or somebody you love fits this description. I've been personally affected by this, and it's pretty serious. I understand why this meme exists. My point being, in the most cornball way possible, Doomer Wojak says a lot about society, and he existed at the intersection of everything we discussed so far. He's a product of the selection process that ended the brainlets and created the oomers. He put a face to the...
Its 4chan's Doomer memes are a strange frontier in online extremism. Sure.
Doomer name, and he was an effective way for young men to communicate their feelings to each other without being called cringe and gay. And speaking of...
Oh, right, because that's the stereotype. When men share their feelings, it's considered less than, even though it's like, personally, I mean, granted, it's not that I was going to say that it's not like I don't want to express my feelings, it's just that I don't feel like it.
Reddit. Specifically...
Reddit.
A subreddit called Political Compass Memes.
Oh, Lord.
PCM for short. To make a very long story short,
I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
in 2000,
Oh, no.
2001, the journalist Wayne Brittenden published an online quiz,
Oh,
the
Lord.
Political Compass Test. Though the website itself stresses that this is not a perfect tool, it's useful for
It's not a perfect tool.
getting a
I've thought about wanting to do make a video where I try to take the test, but I've gone on record many times that I do not believe in the political spectrum.
crude approximation of where someone falls politically. It looks like this. Inevitably, Redditors
I can't wait for society to collapse. Everyone's going to adopt my ideology then. I can't wait for society to... No, they're all just saying the same thing.
discovered it and in 2017 created a community where political commentary was framed around where you fell on this chart. So a typical post might contain a really depressing
Oh, no.
headline paired with the doomer, or depict someone with stupid and evil politics as a stupid and evil Wojak. You get the idea.
I'm
This is mostly
sure.
before PCM devolved
Let's say flare up.
into self-referential humor. PCM was instrumental in the Wojak colonization of the internet. It was now clear that they could absolutely survive outside of 4chan. And I would say the doomer was the true start of the modern Wojak era. Wojaks before almost exclusively came from and thrived on 4chan and other image boards. Wojaks after doomer, especially once Oomer started appearing all over the place, increasingly came from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and most notably, the PCM subreddit.
Yep.
There was seemingly no environment too foreign for them to completely take over. For now.
For now. Okay, so...
Unlike early Wojaks, however, Oomers multiplied ferociously.
Yes, the black-haired anime boy right up there.
And in so doing, revealed a pretty serious defect. This problem that I've been alluding to all this time, it starts here. Look at this
Okay.
assortment of Oomers, and see if you can spot the problem. That's right. Doomers, Zoomers, Bloomers, these are all relatable states of being. These memes have an obvious function in their environment. But what exactly is the purpose of the shroomer?
I don't really know what... I'm struggling to figure out what it is that she's talking about here.
Other than to compete with nearby Wojaks.
The 30,000-year-old Shroomer lost his keys, likely still in the fridge.
For resources, or the Gloomer, who is herself barely different than the Doomer.
Oh.
In practical terms, sure. Who cares if there's a bunch of
Okay. Oh, wait. I think
gimmicky
I might understand what you're talking about, where people are... Is it like some form of projection?
now? But in terms of a natural
I'm
environment,
sorry.
despite the fact that these new gimmick Wojaks didn't last very long, they reproduced like crazy, and they really...
I don't know. People still use these quite frequently. I know that more Pegasus uses the Gooner Wojak in reference to Dan Clancy, as I have just demonstrated earlier.
really crowded up the place. Which is all to say, competition was starting to occur within the species,
Okay.
and it was about to get ugly. Speaking of ugly, there is a very interesting female Wojak we have to discuss.
Okay.
The PCM subreddit really blew up in 2018 and incentivized the creation of increasingly specific Wojaks to portray increasingly specific caricatures. And then,
Oh, is that...
a breakthrough of
Oh, yeah. She showed this multiple times. Guayaki yerba mate.
female brainlet Oomer
Crack cigarettes after sex. Now that's a
is discovered
band.
on 4chan. Her scientific name is Art Ho, but we're gonna
Art ho.
keep it PG and use her other name, Emily. What's the big deal with Emily?
I don't know.
First of all, although she was discovered on 4chan, she actually transplanted almost immediately to Reddit and
Yeah, of
established an
course.
environmental niche there that
It's always 4chan and Reddit.
she would rarely ever leave. Second, she was female. Now, she wasn't actually the first female brainlet. That honor goes to this fat.
Crayons.
But she was the closest thing to a female Wojak. Third,
So the other females didn't really come into being until after her.
she was a three-way hybrid of female and Oomer by virtue of being a Zoomer, and a brainlet. This was a never-before-seen level of crossover.
It's a more ambitious crossover than Avengers Endgame. We'll give it that.
Now, why was she female? What could she do that the equivalent male Wojak could not? Well, she actually filled a very specific role. PCM has never been a forum for serious political discussion, and many posts on the subreddit
sure
just
it hasn't.
boil down to strawman
I'm gay and I suck.
arguments. That
Strawman arguments, let's go. We need more logical fallacies on this show.
you take the dumbest version of somebody else's stance and then argue against it with the smart version of yours, and then you call them stupid and evil. But typing all
Okay, I see.
that out takes a lot of precious time and effort. So Emily arose as a form of visual shorthand. To be clear, Emily was always a caricature of left-wing positions,
Yeah.
particularly those held by young
You should. Her hair should be blue if that's the case.
women, and those which fell in the green quadrant of the political chart. She was impossible to relate to. No one would ever intentionally use her to describe themselves. Keep that trait in the back of your mind.
Let's
and that
see.
brings us to female
Okay, there we go. Now we're getting into all of the other offshoots.
Wojaks in general. Like male Wojaks, they can be an object of mockery or an exaggerated stereotype.
Lord.
But unlike male Wojaks, they are rarely ever relatable. In fact, off the top of my head, I can only
No, I know one of the primary uses of the female Voyax is like, hey, I'm your granddaughter from the future. Oh, nice. Whereas the male versions are like, yeah, I come back in time to Constantinople in order to warn you of the invading Turks ready to conquer it.
think of two that are meant to be relatable to anyone, and one of them failed to thrive in the long term. And all that's because, for the most part, female Wojaks are not regarded positively. Now, I mentioned before that Chad is integral to the existence of female Wojaks. So let's get into how. Chad originated in 2016. There was this very old variety of meme, one that really never saw mainstream adoption.
Learn the difference between an aileron roll and a barrel roll. When they say to do a barrel roll in Star Fox, you're not actually doing a barrel roll. Yes, and then ADD and ADHD.
Called Learn the Difference, It Could Save Your Life. In December of 2016, a new iteration of that meme appeared on 4chan's politics board, known colloquially as Nordcuck vs. Mediterranean. This is where Chad was born, and fun fact about that, in his earliest form, he was actually ancient Greek Chad.
Was he Greek?
The Nordcuck meme mutated multiple
Medcuck and Nord. Yes.
times.
Mediterranean and Nordic. It could save your life,
The
child.
Cuck and the Chad changed roles, and somewhere along the way emerged the species of Chad that would dominate his pocket of the internet, and then some. He was called Yes Chad.
You're virgin, lol. Yes.
Now, in 2019, well into the modern Wojak era, a species of blonde female Wojak
Yes, this one I remember quite well.
appears on 4chan.
And I'm pretty I still see her every now and then, at least in some
She's
videos.
called Tradwife. She doesn't
Trad wife, right.
quite look like Chad, but she frequently appears alongside him.
Will you marry me? Yes.
And what's more, she fills his exact same
That's all because it doesn't get you to smash into a big pile of rocks.
niche when he's not
But did you get pixies? Yes.
present. She is, for all intents and purposes, a female Chad
There they are. She is Chad's wife.
with the physical traits of a Wojak.
Yeah.
I should mention that there are other female Chad varieties, but they never really gained a foothold. Anyway,
Yeah.
following Tradwife was the discovery of 4 other types of female Wojak. Daddy's Girl, Mommy
Daddy.
Ethot,
Mommy Ethot. Let's go.
Boomer girl.
Mommy Milkers. Mommy Milk.
Yes
yeah.
Honey,
I didn't mean to say that twice. I have trouble speaking.
and also the Fat Doomer Girl, who was actually just weight gain fetish art from DeviantArt that nevertheless became part of that whole ecosystem.
Okay, so I was not. I thought that was like a genuine. Okay.
Details don't matter. Following our through
I mean, it is DeviantArt, so it's notorious for that kind of thing. Although you kind of have to actively search for it, or it just pops up if you're looking for an image.
line here. First comes Chad, who's not a Wojak.
Yep.
Then he begins frequently appearing alongside Tradwife, who strongly resembles a Wojak yet fills the Chad role. The argument is not that female Wojaks owe their entire existence to Chad, rather that they would probably look and behave very differently were it not for his direct influence. And just like that, we hit the next major turning point in internet history. Human history, possibly.
Yeah, so this one.
We must now pause our coverage of Wojaks here to discuss the genesis of a new species entirely. A species so annoying, so invasive, and so unbelievably funny to draw that it could only be described as the
Yeah,
progenitor
DeviantArt.
of
You don't you know the website?
a new century.
These memes. No, these memes. Yeah, the soy age. This is where the soyjaks come in.
Part 5, the Soy Age. It's Soyjak time. What are Soyjaks?
Yeah, it's
Where did they come from? How do they differ from Wojaks? And what does any of this have to do with soy? A couple of key
well, people use the term soy boy or soy cuck to refer to guys and gals that try to act all tough and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're just a bunch of, let's call them lamos.
facts. Different digital environments, much like real life biomes, if that's the right word, exert different selection
You never seen fetish art on DeviantArt.
pressures. Selection pressure means that the environment
Lucky you. I mean, yeah.
favors certain traits, and creatures with those traits will survive to pass on their genes. The simplest example might be giraffes.
Yeah.
During the course of their evolution, giraffes with longer necks were better able to reach leaves and other sources of food. This
Right.
allowed them to survive, to reproduce, and over time, the selection pressure exerted by the environment made long necks evolutionarily advantageous. This is also a process that takes at minimum a million years.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about internet time is that 1 year might as well be a million. And
True. Yeah. Time moves very fast on the internet.
there was an ever-present selection pressure that was about to majorly collide with Wojaks. The pressure? Find a newer, meaner, funnier way to mock
Meaner,
a
nastier.
type of person known as a soy boy.
Yeah. Yeah. These are the ones that are like based on like real images. I do know this.
And out of every group of people who could possibly be mocked via Wojak, it seemed that soy boys were largely exempt. Until now.
You seen a
Two
giraffe?
soyjaks
Look, it's a giraffe, to quote Patrick Starr, and I've seen this one many times before.
pointing. On February 3rd, 2020, animal rights activist John Oberg posted an innocent
Oh, is that where this comes from? Fried chicken made from plants. I mean, if you like that kind of thing, be my guest, but
photo of himself and a friend marveling at the new vegan fried chicken option at KFC.
we need integrity chicken. That way it has weed in it.
What Oberg had no way of knowing is that he and his buddy were both making a soy face.
Otherwise known as the pog face.
That is, the facial expression strongly associated online with man-children who are unmasculine and obsessed with video games and consumerism in a way that others find off-putting. The
I'm
soy
sure.
face terminology comes from soy boy, which was itself a pejorative based on this urban legend that consuming soy products raises estrogen levels in men and makes them less masculine.
Where the hell did that come from?
This is a total misinterpretation of the science, but suffice to say, the
Yeah.
soy thing really stuck. The story of soyjaks is pretty complicated, so let's get two things out of the way. One, many soyjaks come from the QA board on 4chan. I know it's
Okay.
spelled QA, but apparently the accepted pronunciation is Quay.
Quay, huh? So it doesn't work the way that it does in Arabic, huh?
So we can consider Quay to be
I'm calling it ka. No, I'm calling it ka. I'm pronouncing it with the uvular ka. So we're calling it the ka whatever.
the natural
Yeah.
habitat of soyjaks. However, soyjaks are much more aggressive than wojaks.
Yeah.
They cause
I've noticed.
problems. And within a few short years, their habitat on Quay would be intentionally destroyed because they were actually that annoying. This led to a mass exodus
Yes, I've noticed. These are the ones that I'm not these ones in particular I'm not particularly fond of. So I can understand why they wouldn't want anything to do with it.
to a new website that we're going to talk about just a little bit later called Soyjak Party, or the Shardy.
The Shardy, huh?
2. Although two Soyjaks pointing kickstarted the Soyjak meme era in earnest, they weren't the first ones. There are two competing explanations for the true origin of Soyjaks. One, like we just talked about, was the explosive popularity of these guys in 2020.
And it's always the lips. It's kind of the lips that drive me.
The other was the discovery of this early Soyjak, named Soyak,
Yeah.
way back in 2017 on 4chan.
He's very marveled by the existence of the Nintendo Switch, but he's probably going to be very upset by the price of the Switch 2 and the fact that they had to repackage the Mario Galaxy games that are decades old at this point, all at $80, even though it's just an upscaled version or something.
Not much to say
like
about
that.
him, but I think it's really important to point out that much like evolution in the real world, timelines do not begin and end neatly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of messy transition before it becomes clear when a new species has fully emerged. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, on May 1st of 2020, two Soyjaks pointing were discovered on the Quay board. They were clearly some species of jack. The color and overall appearance was undeniable, but they were an obvious departure from Wojak, and bore only the slightest resemblance to the troll face. So, what made these Soyjaks or jacks at all? Why aren't they another thing? This is where behavior becomes
I think it's because I guess it's like some sort of familiarity. They just look like what we've used to.
a bit more
but
important than appearance.
There's also just something different about them.
Between 2018 and 2020, the 4chan swamps were suddenly overrun with these
Yeah, they've become more. Yeah, apparently the new what was it? They're trying to push some new Xbox that's like $1,000.
Soyjaks, and this laid bare the
And I know that the PS5 Pro is like 800.
fundamental split between Wojaks and Soyjaks. The obvious physical difference is that Wojaks, for the most part, look like Feels Guy
Yeah, the Voyaks are all like based on each other, but
at the end of the day. Soyjaks, on the other hand, are traced directly from photographs
yes,
or screenshots. They look grotesque because they contain
yes, I remembered the sources for all of these.
an uncanny and inconsistent degree of detail that Wojaks just lack.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the that's one of the things that irks me about them,
But whatever,
honestly.
appearances can be deceiving. So here's how you can really tell. Wojaks, to a large extent, are relatable. You can use them to make fun of other people.
Would you like fries with that, sir? Yes, I would like fries. But I need you to make one of the fries extra crispy, and I need the others to be a little raw.
But you can also use them to represent yourself. And no one on the face of the earth was doing that with soyjaks.
Yeah.
2018 onwards gave us such classics as A24 Jack, Tony Soprano Jack,
Oh, that's who that was.
Markiplier Jack,
Markiplier. That
Jack.
doesn't look...
all of which came from 4chan, and all of which are an overt mockery
These guys look like they have
of
feelings.
soy boys. And by the end of 2020, it was clear. Soyjaks were here to stay.
And
And soy scientists, as they are sometimes called, made several key discoveries.
Scientists, and that's a term that I never thought I'd hear. But then again, there was someone in my music theory class that never thought that they would hear the terms Drake and Josh and nomenclature in the same sentence in the context of Peruvian puff peppers and hydromonoxapuff gas, both conspicuously having the word puff in them.
Firstly, they identified all of these guys. Secondly, they found that the presence or absence of extreme visual detail in the appearance of a soyjak didn't cause problems the way it did in wojaks and oomers. When wojaks and oomers get hyped,
Why'd they kill that guy? Wait, what just happened? What did she say? Can you rewind? And she's just chilling.
or specific, they tend to lose their touch, and it's for a pretty practical reason. More specificity means fewer people can relate. And sometimes, too much specificity is cringe. Few things kill a meme quite as fast as being deemed cringe. But soyjaks
True.
are inherently unrelatable. So they could really look like anything at all and still thrive as a meme. And this would cause the sheer number of soyjaks to quickly overtake that of wojaks. And third, it was becoming clear that soyjaks were almost exclusively being crapped out onto the internet from one central location.
Okay, here we
The
go.
irradiated badlands of
Of
Quay.
of Ba.
But we have to make one more slight detour before we get there.
Okay, we got more lore to discuss. Let's go.
There is but one final major species to discuss. Not a wojak, not even truly a soyjak. A species formerly known as cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
Yes, this one.
Part 6.
Yeah, I've seen this one many times. It's always the lips. Yeah, this weekend's Valentine's Day. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh event going on Valentine's Day, which a lot of people were like, really? Why would you schedule it on that day of all days?
Chud.
Oh, that's Chud?
Okay, bear with me here. In 1984,
Chud. Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Oh, is that where the term comes from? Because I know that these days Chud is a slang for right-winger, but, you know.
a movie comes out.
And I do know that in Rick and Morty, Chud refers to a race of horse people.
It's not all that good. In 2026, this image appears on Twitter.
It's an elf, or lawn. It looks like a lawn gnome.
What's the connection? It all comes down to a 4-letter word that is seemingly on course to define the late 2020s internet landscape. Chud. So what is a chud? Chud is not to be confused with Chad.
No.
In fact, it might be helpful for us to think of him as Chad's total inverse. And like
Yes.
Chad, he's a species outside of wojak and soyjak. So let's visualize it this way.
So he's not
Wojak
quite one, but not quite the other, because one of these things is not like the other.
is at the center, a neutral species. He can be relatable or not.
Yeah.
On one far end is Chad, who is not meant to be relatable to the average person. He's too perfect, too aspirational.
He's too
right? The
perfect.
Chad species is stoic, masculine, and charismatic. On the total other end is the Chud species, introverted, bitter, and reflexively self-hating,
It's over.
and to some, incredibly relatable. The Chud
I'd imagine.
archetype online is characterized by an inherent link to incel culture. That is, a
Oh,
belief system
Lord.
/ community premised on the idea that all women preferentially mate with Chads, and that incels, as the name suggests, are the men left over, doomed to a life of involuntary celibacy.
It's a weird thing. Like, no, in my experience, like being out in the real world where men sell propane and propane accessories, I've seen plenty of women that are with some guys that aren't necessarily the best looking. So it sounds to me like they just have a skill issue.
The whole thing. So how does this relate to soyjaks? Chudjak, or Chud, is the name of a novel species discovered in 2019 on a small German image board known as Kohlchan. Initially, Chud was called
Le
Poleface. That is, he was a caricature of the typical user of 4chan's poll or politics board. This
Okay.
might strike you as odd if you don't use the site, but 4chan is a big place.
Yeah, I've been to 4chan's homepage once, and then I left. I don't think Most social media sites are just not for me, and 4chan is definitely one of them.
And inhabitants of some of the boards do not automatically respect or value the inhabitants of neighboring boards. And to put it politely, Pol had quite the cancerous reputation on and off 4chan, so
I'm sure it does if it's called politically incorrect.
it's no surprise that someone put pen to paper and tried to make a soyjak to represent that group. The problem is that Chudjak's face is traced from that of Patrick Crucius,
I don't know who this Patrick Crucius guy is.
a mass shooter who killed 20
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Gunman in deadly El Paso Walmart shooting.
people and injured 26 more at an El Paso, Texas Walmart on August 3rd of 2019.
Well then. And this guy's supposed to be... Well, I didn't know that.
Now,
As they say, you learn something new every day.
the argument could certainly be made that this is beyond the pale for a reaction image, but that's not what this video is about. Chudjak
I still have no idea what this video is about. I mean, it's about meme faces, but yeah.
is an incredibly interesting species because he was a prominent example of a jack created by
This is you, not me. This is me, not you, so yeah.
someone on the left to make fun of someone on the right, and generally speaking, early wojaks and most soyjaks go the other way. But this is hardly the reason that Chud is
Nothing ever happens. Oh, I remember watching a video about something like that was recommended to me.
entirely his own category. For one, his naming convention is completely unlike wojaks and soyjaks before. Chud, cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, originated from a 1984 science fiction movie of the same name. Or as the Soyjak wiki puts it, the 1984 slow burn, bone-chilling, character development-driven, cheap, jump scare-free, emotionally draining, genre-defining science fiction horror film, Chud. Chud is a slang term
Well, the Chapo Guide to Revolution.
popularized by a podcast called Chapo Trap House. And for the record, every time anybody tries to define
Lipoyak.
Chud online, it's a bloodbath. So the best I can do is pejorative for unpleasant right-winger.
Yeah, that's how it's basically been used now.
I literally cannot get more specific than that without starting a fight.
Yep.
Anyway, that's a whole lot of minutia to say. Chud is controversial. Like some kind of chaos agent, Chud's mere existence causes conflict. And this all came to a head on October 1st of 2020, when users from 4chan's poll
Nothing is beyond our reach.
raided a different website called BunkerChan and spammed one of its image boards, Lefty Poll.
Lefty Pole, and yeah, of course they have the freaking what's it called, Soviet flag
With many
God damn it,
unsavory
I can't
images.
speak.
Lefty Poll wasn't about to take this line down.
Okay.
This was war.
The leftist Bunker-chan user.
And as one of them probably said to their comrades, men, it's time for the nuclear option. It's time to start drawing the 4chan guys as chuds. They'll hate that.
Yes, and then that video that you just used in the background, that's used in one of those Powerpuff Girl meme video things.
But it turns out they didn't really hate it at
Welcome to Chudburger. Millions must
all.
fry.
They're kind of obsessed with it. And what went down over the next few days can only be
Somewhere only we know. I don't know that one.
described as some kind of digital trench warfare where both sides created untold numbers of chudjacks and then lobbed them at each other like
Evanescence, Westfall.
grenades. Soyjak Wiki describes the conflict pretty elegantly.
There's a of course there's a soy chat. Okay, so because of Chudjak's polarizing nature and extreme versatility.
Well, because of Chudjak's polarizing nature and extreme
Is that Chicken Little?
versatility in being used against various political demographics, posting a Chudjak can often result in other posters retaliating with their own Chudjaks. This can lead to a thread devolving into warring factions, quoting each other with Chudjak edits, a phenomenon remarkably similar to a conventional soy duel. So what I'm saying is this.
The freaking one scene in the iCarly episode where they go to that convention and it's like Spencer facing off against Jack Black. That's basically what's going on here.
Chud is more like a sentient weapon of war than he is a natural-born creature. Nevertheless, he coexists with Wojaks and Soyjaks, but he doesn't belong
we're
to either
friends.
species. Chud filled the last major untapped environmental niche, the relatable Soyjak, and he is what scientists classify as IAS, is a soy,
Is a soy.
as opposed to NAS, not a soy. His
So basically,
origins and his original use case have no direct relation to Soyjaks, but he fills a similar role and the soy community has really taken to him, thus, he is a soy.
alright.
And our detour is now over. Parts
To soy or not to soy. So we have the apocalypse.
7. To soy or not to soy. Returning to 2020 and to Soyjaks. A few minutes ago, I made mention of the Quay board on 4chan and how Soyjaks destroyed it from within. This event, which I have named the Quay Apocalypse, is a pretty salient demonstration of just how quickly Soyjaks can corrode an environment if they aren't contained. So
Yeah, this is why I don't particularly vibe with them that much, unless they're used in a very, very tasteful manner.
but what happened? Quay, as the name suggests, is the question and answer board, and it was founded in 2015. It was originally launched to host the goodbye stream of 4chan's founder, Moot. This was his final hurrah.
Oh, that's right.
Before he stepped down as
And then I see Hatsune Miku at the bottom.
administrator of the website. Pretty big deal for those who've been using 4chan for a while. After this goodbye stream, the Quay board remained as a space for meta site-wide discussion. And then, in 2020, it developed kind of a termite problem. Only the termites were soyjaks.
Okay, so it was no longer being used for questions and answers. It was instead used to...
Put concisely,
Spam
soyjak
stuff.
posting
Oh god, I just got tinnitus in my left ear.
and the culture and language around it was becoming a distinct force
No, my right ear.
on 4chan, and specifically on Quay. No one could start a thread or host any kind of discussion without
Water good, cyanide bad.
soyjaks infesting the space almost immediately.
So people were trying to use this part of the 4chan for its intended purpose, but people kept spamming all of these nonsense faces.
Tearing the whole thing apart.
Damn.
But Quay, as far as internet environments go, had a defense mechanism. Moderators. And the
The moderators that all happened to be the same color as Jake the dog.
moderators were pretty fed up with this whole soy thing, and they banned the posting of soyjaks outright, which absolutely enraged soykind. So
Yeah, because, you know, a lot of these types of people, they tend to be some of the staunchest free speech defenders, and obviously they're not going to take that lying down.
to remedy this, on September 19th, 2020, soyentists pooled their efforts and created a new environment, or more accurately, a containment zone, for soyjaks and soyjaks alone. They called it soyjak.party.
Okay. Actually, this reminds me of how the bronies first developed. Like, people like in 4chan, people would spam random My Little Pony memes across the different boards, so much so that all the mods got really perturbed by it, and so they gave MLP its own separate board, and that's the birth of the brony fandom.
Shardy, for short. There was also an image board called Soyboru, but I'm not trying to overwhelm you with details.
Gigacool,
Anyway,
or Gigacool.
unfortunately, this was all too little too late. The tidal wave of soy had already wrecked Quay far beyond repair, and the following year, the board would be locked for good. And this
Oh,
was merely
no.
the first in a long list of digital spaces that soyjaks would inevitably invade and destroy. It is now 2021
Okay, so it's like an invasive species, or even like a virus, huh?
on our evolutionary timeline. Let's have a look at all the species
still
we've
not
discovered
done
so
yet.
far. 2009, Feels Guy.
Feels.
2012 through 2016, Wojak alongside Brainlet, which would mostly get absorbed into the Wojak category. 2017, an early, nearly forgotten Soyjak. 2018, Oomers. 2019, Tradwife, female Wojaks, and Chad. 2020, the Soyjak explosion.
Let's
And
go.
now, 2021. It is the post-Quay era. Soyjaks have, by this point, exploded across the digital landscape and carved out a huge territory, and multiple smaller territories that have partial, if not total, shardy overlap. What does that mean? In November 2021, the Quay board was shut down for good. Soyjaks had quite literally annoyed the shit out of everyone so bad, they were banished from their place of origin.
Yeah.
The Wild West of the shardy was now theirs to claim. And this had a few implications. The existence of an environment only suitable for soyjaks closed them off from the rest of the mimetic gene pool.
Oh, so okay, it's like one of those. It's like a bottleneck, right? An evolutionary bottleneck where, due to some like maybe there's like a mountain or a huge barrier that's in the way, and what was once one species, because they ended up getting separated by something, ended up becoming something completely different.
Now, although most of the early prominent soyjak species that you might recognize came from 4chan, they are classified as IAS, is a soy. And that distinction matters because, for the most part, any new soyjak that spawned after 2021 must have spawned in shardy territory to truly count as a soy. At least, this is the impression I got from reading the wiki.
Which refers to variants in images that are soyjaks. And what exactly makes a soyjak? Does it have to be someone... Okay, it is used to mock people. It has an open mouth, glasses, beard, and bald. Does it have to be based on, like, real people?
And I hope you're able to follow me so far because this was an absolutely insane amount of information to try and put together. Now, because of the walled-off and synthetic nature of the shardy, the atmosphere quickly became so toxic and hostile to outsiders that it formed entirely alien selection pressures.
The Lord
These
of mercy.
soyjak species thrived in conditions so foreign to wojaks, they stopped looking like them at all. With the proliferation of new life on the shardy, scientists developed a language to describe their observations. We've already touched on IAS and NAS, right?
Okay, so we're gonna bring up new acronyms.
Is a soy and not a soy. Soy speak is an entire topic of its own, so I'll make this explanation quick, but
I didn't even know that soys had a language like that.
gem and coal
Alright.
are also central concepts to
Oh, like diamonds in the rough?
the shardy universe. Some context. In 2021,
Onions, base jack.
a new soyjak appeared called Cobson. His name actually comes from Jacobson, which was a very short-lived name for the soyjak species. Now,
Oh.
he's a relatively common soyjak now, but When he was first discovered, observers hated him.
I'm at the point to where they all kind of look the same.
This is not even close to the standard of soyjack that we expect.
I don't know. It looks no different from any other
They
soyjack.
said, he's coal. What is coal? You can probably tell from the context, but if not, I will give the most controversial take of my career. Gem and coal, that is, whether a soyjack is considered gemmy or coal, is analogous to upvotes and downvotes on Reddit.
Okay, that makes sense.
Gem is good, coal is bad.
Yeah.
And it's around this point, late 2021,
Oh, Lord of mercy. They just keep getting weirder.
that soyjacks so crowded their containment zone that they inevitably started leaking back out into mainstream memes. And here are just a few examples.
Yeah, nothing stays locked away forever.
Apejack, the Reddit trio, it's over, nothing ever happens, the West has fallen, billions must X.
Oh,
now those
Lord.
last three, at least as meme phrases, predate Wojaks and Soyjaks and all of that.
It's over.
People on 4chan have been saying that kind of thing forever. But
Yeah.
the mimetic success of Chud
I mean, they're all now those types of people. They're just extensions of doomers, at least in my mind.
popularized these terms of phrase far beyond their original reach. And again, this is like a really
And of course, the SpongeBob variations.
unique property that Chud
I feel like I've seen these before
has.
as well.
By virtue of being relatable to anybody, he's become kind of endearing. And these days, Chud has taken on a totally absurdist, apolitical character that Wojaks and Soyjaks, by and large, just aren't capable of.
so Soyjaks and Boyaks are way too caught up in political drama, and I guess this is supposed to be more Pegasus then.
Just become a lovable little freak.
Eh.
For good and for evil.
Oh no.
Part 8. The Bottleneck.
Okay, we were talking about this earlier.
2021 was a really odd year for Jax in general. In practical terms, the meme was becoming so popular that it had reached a mainstream audience who could not possibly comprehend any of this Wojak or 4chan or coal posting stuff. To them, these were just funny little guys. But Wojaks didn't just fade from existence because Soyjaks got popular. Unfortunately, in the race to adapt and compete with Soyjaks, this new generation of Wojaks got really weird. It's hard to
Yes, they have.
say where the problem truly began. Some would consider the pink Wojak to be the beginning of the end. Others might
Personally, I just think it's Feels Guy.
attribute it to the existence of female Wojaks at all, but I actually think Shroomjack was the turning point for
Shroomjack.
Wojaks, in the worst way possible. In 2021,
I made my own Wojak. Oh, Lord of mercy. And yes, KYS. Okay, so I know that when you try to force a meme, people don't like it when you force a meme. You try to make a meme and it's like, hey, check out this meme I made. And people were like, nah, this ain't it. I almost did what I did the other night. And I almost said, this ain't eat chef. This ain't it, chief. I can't believe that happened again.
Shroomjack was discovered on 4chan's B-board. But unlike any other Wojak, Shroomjack was not relatable in any serious way.
He just exists for the sake of existing.
The fact that Shroomjack existed opened the possibility for a new breed of pointless Wojak that didn't express any state of being. A Wojak can now be anything at all, which meant
Yeah.
that virtually overnight, hundreds of new Wojak
I'm a Wojak, you're a Wojak, he, she, me, Wojak, Wojakology, the study of Wojak. It's first grade, SpongeBob. After all, when he took Mermaid Man's belt and shrank everybody, Mermaid Man asked him, did you set it to Wojak?
were appearing left and right and dying off just as quickly. Wifejack is a particularly tragic example. In 2021, Wifejack was discovered on Reddit. She was a hyper-specific Wojak, meant to portray the real-life woman who created her without any actual subtext.
Okay.
She didn't have
Oh, wait. Oh, so this is sort of like a quote-unquote self-insert type thing.
a point, so to speak. But in 2022, Wifejack appeared on Twitter, and her use case was not obvious to anyone.
She's from what I could tell, she's just minding her own business, shopping at Target.
What is she doing here? Why is
She's just buying stuff. Oh, please stop.
she taking up space with all the other Wojaks? Does she actually
I don't want fries. I'll just have one of yours.
contribute to the meme species? Not really. Consequently, Wifejack became a lightning rod for hatred, and for people's
Oh,
frustration
no.
generally with what they felt was their funny meme getting gentrified by internet tourists. Let's step out of the animal metaphor for just a second.
Oh, right. When the normies invade, otherwise known in otherwise known in Rocket Power as shoobies, which are people who wear shoes to the beach.
No one could figure out quite what to do with Wifejack, even though she was seemingly everywhere for a few weeks. Some people used her to vent frustration about things that women did that they found annoying.
Oh,
Others
no.
made graphic artwork of her getting torn apart.
Oh, hell no. And of course, you get yes, of course it had to be Eric Cartman.
But it seemed the hate only metastasized the problem that Wifejack represented. Back to the animal metaphor. You have a new species that is appearing everywhere, taking up resources, dying off just as quickly, and upsetting the established order. And this was basically the case for every new Wojak after 2021. For instance, in 2020, the Doomer Girl species was discovered, and she made quite a splash. She was very
I've seen this one quite a bit.
compatible with her environment, and people took to her.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Shortly after, Doomer Boy emerges.
Oh yes, I've seen this one as well.
Doomer Boy was the male version of the female version of Doomer Guy. So, okay, not super clear what purpose
I just call him the anime version
he serves, but he's
because you can tell just by the style of the hair. That's anime hair.
still kind of makes sense. But what about Husband Jack?
That's
Or Daughter Jack? Wife Jack barely filled a niche to begin with. Doomer Girl really only had a foothold at all because of the internet's obsession with goth girls.
yes.
But why did we need multiple versions of Wife Jack? For that matter, why did Tradwife need another male counterpart? Why?
I don't know. Well, actually, I think it's because of Rule 63. Rule 63 states if for every character that exists, there is one of the opposite gender.
Why did every Wojak after 2021 come with a contingency of introducing a new microspecies that was nothing more than useless eaters? In a nutshell, there were too many Wojaks.
Yeah.
They didn't serve a purpose, and they were crowding out the species. But soyjaks weren't exactly in the clear either, because soon enough, they also started having this problem. As we discussed, the Shardy did an adequate job of containing soyjaks, but it wasn't perfect, and the hardier species quickly bled out into the general internet. From 2022 onwards, it became pretty commonplace to see soyjaks, ones that formed in the walled alien terrain of the soy community, appear on Twitter and Instagram. It's harder to think of digital environments that are more diametrically opposite than Instagram and the Shardy.
Oh Lord, I don't know. There might be considerable overlap. I don't use Instagram and I don't know jack shit about it, so that seems pretty abstract.
Quite a few new soyjak species were emerging completely.
Yes, context hat. Brother made me choke on my spit, bitch. No. Context shirt. No, you need the you see Hamas City bin Laden Adolf Epstein Piker needs the context. Yes, you fucking and this guy loves pears. Hey pear. Hey apple. You look fruity.
Completely outside of the Shardy, coming from DeviantArt, Reddit, and iFunny.
When life gives you lemons.
Just like Wojaks, the new generation of soyjaks was getting too specific. Lifespan
No, what is this multicolored one down here?
were getting
Hell
shorter,
no.
reproduction was getting faster. And all three jack species,
Okay, so their fertility has gone through the roof.
Wojak, soy, and chud, were
Were
butting up against a major evolutionary bottleneck. Early jacks of all kinds, at their core, were caricatures meant to make fun of people.
Yeah.
But that use case, their entire reason for being, was being supplanted by an entirely new species that I like to call
What the hell is this? I've never seen this one before. Is this a recently new? Is this a newly discovered jack species?
whackjacks.
Whackjacks. Zakyak. I've never seen this one before.
Part 9, whackjacks. Let me be clear. Whackjack is a new category that I am proposing to describe a new type of soyjak that I see popping up everywhere, but that no one's really talking about.
I've never seen one before, so it must be a new breed then.
When I talked about all the weird new soyjaks happening in 2021, there was one that I intentionally skipped, so let's talk about him. In 2021, researchers discovered a new soyjak on
The
Quake.
fact that we're calling them researchers is weird. You will feed the squirrels. You mess with squirrels, Morty, and now we're gonna have to go to a new universe.
Called Squirreljack. Squirreljack combined multiple things. First and foremost, he appeared to be a species of impjack, a well-established soyjak dating back to 2020. Second, he appeared alongside the phrase, "You will feed the squirrels." Why is that important? If you didn't know, the "you will" or "you vil" phrase template is a pretty popular meme within the Shardy.
I'm sure it is.
You will is directly associated with another popular soyjak called Feraljack. And third, and this is the really crucial thing, Squirreljack could look like either one of these guys and still be recognized as a distinct new species,
Yeah.
which is the only way that this image could possibly be explained.
I have no idea what's going on here, but I do see this within the hollow.
All of these attributes taken together originated a new meme called Say the Line. And
This is why we don't mess with Sandy Cheeks. No, we don't. You say the line, squirrel yuck. This guy is nuts. I love this little fella. And then here's this Chad. I don't remember what his name is, but I do know that it's Slavic.
I probably don't need to point out to you that this new species of soyjak was the furthest thing from political or meme. This
Yeah, it's just a squirrel.
had absolutely no referent in real life. This was just a funny little guy.
It's just a... Oh, well then.
And throughout
I see Charlie the unicorn back there.
2021, the funny little guy species quietly took off. We have Lemon Jack,
We gotta... Because this is in
Lime jack, cookie jack.
Lime jack.
This
We got the lime and the coconut.
emergent species had absolutely
Yeah, it's only 7,500 words to go, or whatever the hell, however many. 799. Only 799 words to go.
no competitors. They could be or do or look like.
No, I don't want you to fix me. I want to leak myself.
So I call them whackjacks because
Okay,
they're whack.
they just,
Here's a
yeah.
really specific example, right? Look how far we've come evolutionarily.
Let's
Compare
see.
the doomer, a relatable, melancholy young man, with this.
With this. What the hell am I supposed... I think that's the disc... That looks like the Discord logo.
Pretend you're not
I have no idea what the fuck that's supposed to be.
terminally online for a second. Genuinely, what state of being is this meant to express?
I don't know what that is. It looks like something that you'd see on Roblox.
The majority of existing soyjaks now are something like this.
They serve no purpose. And here we have a blue Shrek.
Hyper specific to the shardy. Wacky, but still far too esoteric.
They don't make any sense.
For mainstream tastes. To some extent, all of the different jack species were starting to do some version of this whackjack thing independently at the same time. And no one quite...
Oh, that actually reminds me of when someone imported some monkeys from Africa into England or whatever. They were doing some studies with how they respond to, like, what, certain actions. When they the scientists observed those monkeys performing a certain action that they hadn't done before. But then, conspicuously, all the way across to Africa, that same species was all of a sudden doing that very same action, even though they were miles apart.
exemplified this like chud.
Or at least I think that's how it goes. Don't quote me on that.
Chuddy, gnome chud, this thing, the species of old were dying off, and the newest selection pressure revealed itself.
Yeah.
To survive, you now had to be the funniest, most pointless jack of them all. And in a really practical way, this makes
Okay, so these, they serve no purpose, yet...
sense. Jacks have always been political to some extent.
Yeah.
But politics change, trends change, and by their nature, memes get outdated pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But before we get to the present day, there is
Yeah, according to Double D's mom from Ed and Nettie, fads, as memes used to be known as, happen in a cycle. Eventually, they'll be back in vogue in the next decade or so. I want my Rage comics back.
one more ecological catastrophe we have to cover.
Oh no.
Part 10. Ruined it.
Ruined it award?
It's 2022. Our Venn diagram
I feel like I know what that is.
looks like this. We have now documented
Ominous. Not itself a distinct species.
enough distinct species of wojak, soyjak, and chud that most of the newer species can be understood as just a manifestation of something
Peter Griffin. Yeah.
already on the chart. So, at what point did this bottleneck turn into an extinction level event? In my professional opinion, the beginning of the end was in
Oh yes, the You Tried award.
2022 with the discovery of a wardjack.
Posted again award.
And before anybody gets mad, I'm not saying he caused this problem. I just think he's really symptomatic and he demonstrates exactly what is happening. So, a wardjack. He emerged from within the soy community. He is a simple, generic-looking soyjack adorned with a giant ear. That's a genetic relic from Swede soyjacks, by the
Is it?
way. That's like a whole other thing. A smirk, and a ribbon that read, "Posted it again award."
Heh.
This was
So, yeah.
not good. The award was the thing that delineated a species, and every unique award, theoretically, was a unique species. What I'm saying is, the number of countable soyjacks in the wild exploded. How are soyjacks even
So, all of these came from that one thing.
meant to compete when there's suddenly, theoretically, an infinite amount of them? What are
Lord
they
of
even
mercy. Yeah, I don't think I can... Hey, Lois, remember the time I was in a cutaway gig?
for now? These new soyjacks after 2022 were
No, I don't know what even a third... I don't even know what a 10% of any of these are.
so specific. They quite literally spawned, filled one extremely niche task, and then died off just as quick. It was a
Dat boy. Yes, that was one reference.
total ecological collapse.
Because you think that's bad.
This extended to wojaks as well. By 2025, the permutations became uncountable. The only thing wojak researchers could say for sure is that there were a lot of them, and that cross-contamination was happening at an unprecedented rate.
Cross-contamination is an interesting choice of words.
For example, the phenomenon
Oh, and here we have the... I'm guessing these are supposed to be like race-mixed ones.
of customized female wojaks on Pinterest.
Yeah.
That was an entire thing of its own. These wojaks weren't whackjacks, and they weren't political. They were just endlessly customizable, cool avatars for creative girls. And while that was happening, the entire jack phenomenon had hit peak mainstream saturation. The White
Yeah.
House, the highest office in the United States, tweeted a
Panickin's.
Chudjack meme.
Uh.
It's hard to get more mainstream than the US presidency. And the Soyjak Award was truly the last thing standing between there being a lot of Soyjaks and infinite Soyjaks.
Okay, so this award version just led to an
The
explosion.
team was dying, and the only way to survive was to be a weird little guy. And that is why social media writ large is suddenly full of images that look like this.
Certainly a lot of brain rot.
Part 11.
Thank you.
The
limits. Okay, so, oh my god.
limits of soyance.
Okay.
The era of the
I just remembered that was
Wojak is on there.
oh.
And it's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. Memes are living things. They're born, they mutate, they die, they reproduce. It's the way of the world. But some memes last much longer than others. And I truly believe that studying why can give you some really excellent insights into human behavior. But researching memes, let alone predicting future ones, is tricky business. In my effort to make all of this comprehensible to someone who's never even heard of Wojaks, I had to leave a lot out. But I really
Yeah,
tried
I'd imagine. I still don't know that much about Wojaks other than that they existed and that I'm not the biggest fan of them.
my best. And if you want all of Jack history in a nutshell, here it is. Wojaks and Soyjaks are drawings you make when you want to call someone on the internet stupid. They have a tendency to multiply out of control, and that combined with changing political winds meant that the joke got old. And I theorized that a new species of incredibly weird, funny, apolitical Soyjak will emerge, and many of the smaller guys will fall out of use or become absorbed into the new whackjack category. Kind
No, I'm low-key kind of okay with this. I mean, not this one. This one's just ugh. But
of like what happened with brainlets. It's all a cycle of history and of human behavior.
no, the people keep talking about the great meme reset of 2026, and I'm guessing the Vakyaks are going to be that reset.
At the end of the day, these are digital animals competing for the most precious resource of them all, our extremely fleeting attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, attention spans are at an all-time low these days.
And it's either adapt, die, or hit the road, Jack. This has been Bad Art History.
Let's go.
Thank you, as always, to the patron cells for keeping the dream alive.
Yeah, and thank you for the video, Miss Faye. It was very, I mean, I could have commented too much on it. I was kind of forcing myself to do it. Okay, what was it? We were going to look at, we were going to look at the, I actually do want to check it out. Yes, this is what we were going to look at real quick. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, here we have the species of the ancient Greek Chad. It's just a Chad, and its origin is in 4chan's politically incorrect board. I'm not going to click on any of those links. We're just going to look at all of them. Okay, we have proto-voyaks. No, we're just going to look at this. I could zoom in. I don't remember how to do it on keyboard, though. So I'll just do it this way. Okay, here. Okay, that's not working. Yes, we have the Yes Chat, and of course we have Jesus. You just remembered the stick bug meme? Alright. We have Giga Chud. He's just... Yeah, and this is, this one, of course, it's a Facebook meme, because you know damn well. Okay, let's see. We have something called Other Forum. Which one is this? Oh, Chudjack. 29 is young, apparently. If you would please and consult the graphs. Yeah, so you take a look at this graph, and, who was it? This was on iFunny. The Nostalgia Critic, yes. Yes, he doesn't like it when people look at the charts when it comes to what people want to see in certain movie. Oh, I think it was in it was either in the context of his review of the Lorax, or it was in the context of Cat in the Hat. It was one of the other. It was some sort of Dr. Seuss movie. We have two. Yes, this one. Which one was this? Of course, 4chan's Of course, there's a website called Des Archive. Because Lord knows it would ever be called anything else. Soyjack pointing at shirt. We have Janny, Smugjack. Yeah, syndrome jack. Okay, I like that. I like the syndrome one. Where did this come from? Oh, soy boru. And it's a shardy one. I know that More Pegasus uses a Reddit version of the syndrome one in some of his videos when it comes to, you know, the Reddit mods that hate on everyone and everything. But I need to think of what else to do after this. I might just look up a meme video if anything. So give me a moment while I think about what to look at. Or we could look through the YouTube homepage and just search for something there. I've been meaning to want to do something like this where we just scroll through my YouTube recommendations and just look for something. But it would have to be, we could look at the Nile Blue video about making an apple that tastes like everything. Or Weird Stories from Brazil, featuring SpongeBob being involved in a government cover-up, because of course he would be. Or we could look at this about Cursed Units 3, about how the British Empire struck back, which is what, yeah, we use the term freedom units, or at least that's what some people call them, even though it was the Brits that made them. It's kind of ironic. They're technically called, like, I remember in school we called them U.S. customary units, but and later on in life it's been referred to as imperial units. So it's kind of hard to judge whether or not one or the other. I'll find something. Yeah, oh, here. Let's actually look at a math video. It's been a while. It's yes, can x factorial equal 0? Because I know that 0 factorial is 1, because you can only arrange 0 objects one way. We might, if I don't, we'll see what happens here. Okay, we know that 0 factorial is equal to 1, but can x factorial equal 0? But let me make sure that this is yes. Yeah, learning about things can be a lot different. Yeah.
As we all know, 0 factorial is equal to 1. But have you ever thought about, is it possible for us to have some x, and when we do the factorial of that, we get 0?
Yeah, because the definition of a factorial is that you take a number and then multiply it by every whole number that comes before it.
What do you think? Can x factorial equal 0?
I mean, I remember seeing the graph of x factorial.
My answer for this right here is that most likely no. And the reason I say most likely, it's because
apparently, is it possible on the complex plane? Can we use I?
I did many things, and they all suggest that this right here has no solution. However, I don't have a strong proof of showing this right here has.
Yeah, because right, we have to prove that certain things equal other things. You would think. Apparently, there was a video that I remember seeing in my recommendations a few times why it took this many hours to prove why 1 + 1 = 2. Like, obviously, the obvious reason is that you could have two, like, you have one object, and then you have another one of that same object, and that's 2. Well, yes, that you have physically 2 objects, but when it comes to more abstract mathematics, you have to prove that this is even 2. I mean, you could also go with semantics and say, well, the only reason we call it 2 is because language evolves. I mean, technically, in Spanish, it's dos. So why isn't 1 + 1 dos? Or why isn't each plus each equal to deux, as it would be in French?
Absolutely no solution. This is similar to an example that I did a while ago. I asked,
oh, is x to the x = 0 solvable? I mean, the limit as it approaches 0 is 0. Well, no. The limit as x to the x approaching 0 is actually 1. There was a time when Bart went to get all the megaphones. Oh yes, I've seen that clip many times. Oh, we should look at out-of-context Simpsons clips after this.
Is it possible to have x to the x power = 0?
Yeah, let's do that.
In that video, I also did many things. They all suggest that equation
at this point, we're just, if you're still watching this live, we're doing some filler content now.
Has no solution.
Only, it's probably going to be on the same level as anime filler, but it kind of depends on the anime.
However, maybe somebody have defined an answer to that equation, just like maybe somebody have defined maybe like a sad face factorial and
A sad face
get
factorial.
0. I don't know. I don't know the extension of doing such thing. But anyway, I wanted to talk about all the things that suggest this right here has no solution.
And I'm guessing no solution whatsoever, not even in the complex world.
First thing first, this is the traditional definition of some
Yes.
number n factorial.
Yes, it's n times n minus 1
This is just n
times
n
n
minus 1
minus
times
however
n minus
many.
2,
Yes.
and then we get
And then we go all the way down to 1.
to 1. So,
Like 3 factorial, 3 times 2 times 1. 4 factorial, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1.
if you look at this right here,
Testing. Yeah.
we have a factor n. If we put 0 in here,
Apparently, it doesn't. Apparently, scientifically speaking, what Bart did doesn't actually work in real life.
the right hand side should be 0. So, it looks like n should be equal to 0, right?
No. No, 0 factorial is 1, and there's a number of reasons why that is. It kind of functions on the same principle as why any number to the power of 0 is 1.
Well, no. Because, which was mentioned in that right here, 0 factorial is equal to 1. That does not give us 0.
Yeah.
And just to talk about why 0 is not an answer for this, and why 0 factorial is equal to 1, let's take a look. 3 factorial, we can use this definition.
Yeah, he's going to show why 0 factorial
That's
is
3
1.
times 2 times 1, which is 6. 2 factorial,
Yeah, we can-
and if you continue any more.
Basically what happens is that you take this divided by 3, then take this divided by 2, and then take this divided by 1, hence 0 factorial is equal to 1.
This definition is only good.
And then I just gave a more, and earlier in the reaction, I gave a more practical example of why 0 factorial is 1, because you can only arrange 0 objects one way. Whereas 3 objects, you can arrange 3 objects 6 ways.
Good for
It's only good for positive whole numbers.
equals 1, 2, 3, so on, so on, so on. Namely, positive whole numbers.
Yeah.
When you have 0 factorial, you cannot plug into this formula. But to figure out why we have 0 factorial being equal to 1,
Yeah, he explains it here. I just
this
explained
right
it,
here is the
so.
way I like to explain why we define 0 factorial to be 1 the most. Because in fact, we can continue and we can talk about
Yeah, you could go all the way to -1 factorial, but in that case, you'd end up dividing by 0.
if you have -1 factorial, the next thing that you will do is you divide it by 0. 1 divided by 0 is
Undefined.
Defined.
And the same thing applies to all negative whole numbers. Technically, there are factorials that exist for negative non-whole numbers, as evidenced by a graph that can be made from it, but they don't really exist out otherwise. Well, it's not that they don't exist, it's that they're undefined.
So we do not have an answer for this right here. But anyways, I know there are different reasons why 0 factorial should be defined as 1. This is just the one I like the most.
Yeah.
This is not the main discussion though. We will just like
We're
to
trying to figure out whether or not a factorial can equal 0.
talk about why
Because, like, by nature, a factorial is where you're multiplying things, and in order to get a result, in order to get a product of 0, one of the... I forgot what the parts of a multiplication of that they are, but one of them has to be 0. A number has to be multiplied by 0 in order for it to equal 0. Yes, I'm looking for Amanda hug and kiss, and my crotch. I'm looking for Amanda hug and kiss! Yes.
this is not an answer to this equation, and we're still trying to figure out if we have an answer for this right here. And I know this is the moment that you guys have been waiting for.
This. It's time for the proof.
Yes,
Or the lack thereof.
the gamma function.
Oh, okay. I figured that he usually wears a shirt that matches whatever it is, the item of discussion. I know nothing of the gamma function.
You extend the concept of factorial or the
Okay. Oh, yes. I do know about that, though.
computation
I've seen a few videos about it.
of doing the factorial, right?
It's an extended
However, there's
factorial.
also the pi function. What I'm gonna do is, I'm just going to write down the integral extension of doing the factorial. And for doing this, we have like fraction inside of the factorial. So in general, I'm just going to put down x factorial we can define this as an integral going from 0 to infinity, some t, and then raised to the x power times e to the negative t dt.
Yes, and it's all with respect to t, so forget x.
And
although x is what we're looking for.
If you use the capital pi function, this is precisely.
He wrote the letter pi. He wrote the capital pi wrong. It's not supposed to look like that.
Capital pi of x. And if you use the gamma function, this is gamma of.
I mean, I understand why they do it that way. It's to make it a little more distinct, but the amateur linguist in me is like, that's not technically what capital pi looks like.
Of x.
It's just a rectangle. It's just a long rectangle without its bottom.
Plus 1.
And then gamma is just an upside down L.
Let me see if this is right.
I mean, it's technically a G. It's the source of the letter gamma is the source of the letters C and G, and then the letter pi is the source of the letter P.
I think so. Yeah, I think this is.
And he's got of course, he's got the formula on the back of his shirt.
Right, because the gamma function they have the x minus 1 here. So yeah. All right. Now, if you use
I don't remember integrals for shit. I only remember limits and derivatives from calculus class.
Use this definition, you can compute 0 into the factorial.
Yeah, and this is how you get like non-whole number factorials.
And then I'm just going to write this down real quick. 0 factorial, it will be 0 to infinity.
Yeah.
T to the 0th power, which is just 1 here.
Yeah.
And e to the negative t dt.
And all we'd have to do is integrate e to the negative t.
And if you worked out the integral, you end up with 1.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. So that agrees with what we have over there.
Yes, and this was one of many proofs for why 0 factorial is equal to 1.
Here. Okay, and if you do
now we have to find one that defines it as equal to 0.
Like 5 factorial, you can also get like 120.
Yeah.
All that stuff. But now the question becomes, is it possible for us to have the integral going from 0 to infinity, t to the x power, e to the negative t dt? We want to end up with 0.
We want to end up with 0. Is this possible?
With this definition, you can plug in x is equal to 1/2, even x equals negative 3/2, and so on.
Yeah.
And
do we have to work backwards though?
Are we going to plug in negative infinity? But no, don't say x is equal to negative infinity. Don't do that.
Would that even work though?
Because that is not a number.
Yeah, infinity is a concept. It's not a number.
Maybe negative infinity is the answer that people define it. Who knows? I have no idea.
Well, we could try to. Who knows?
Here's the graph of this thing right here. Okay. Well, I'm just going to show you a picture.
Yes, this is the graph in question. You can see that it goes infinitely and up and down across the whole number negatives because they're just undefined at those parts.
Right here. Yes, you can see that the graph does not cross the x-axis.
Yeah.
So can we just use the graph to show that? And
oh, okay. So we can't really reach it.
To argue that this equation has no solution. Not really.
Okay, I see.
Not really. So I would like to say, can't use a graph.
So a graph is inconclusive then?
Right? Cannot use a graph. Here is the reason why.
Let's see.
Because if today I ask you, x squared plus 1 equals 0, does it have an answer?
Yes.
Well, if you say, hey, look at the graph.
It does have answers. Well, I mean, when it comes to this type of quadratic equation, the only answers exist in the complex world. It doesn't cross the x-axis, but that doesn't mean it has no answer.
This is y equals x squared plus 1. It does not cross.
Like the way that the solutions to a quadratic, for those that don't know, is that the solutions are whenever it crosses the x-axis, but since there doesn't cross one, there's no real solution, because if you were to subtract this, you'd get x squared is equal to negative 1. And if you were to take the square root of that, you'd get the square root of negative 1, which is the quote-unquote imaginary unit. That's not technically imaginary. Calling it imaginary is a misnomer. They do technically exist in nature, and those types of numbers are very useful for multiple reasons.
Us, the x-axis. So this right here has no solution. Well, kind of true, but right here, remember, maybe somebody have defined a new answer for this kind of things.
Yeah.
And people did. This right here, we don't have solutions. I can only say no solution in the real numbers.
Yes.
But we can really say x is equal to plus or minus the imaginary unit I.
Yeah.
Right? The imaginary unit I.
It's defined as the square root of -1 because even roots of negative numbers, those are very, yeah. Negative roots, no. Only odd numbered roots can have real numbers in terms of like the cube root of -27 is -3, but the square root of -9 is 3 times I.
They are defined to be the answer for this equation here.
Yes.
So even though the graph does not cross the x-axis, I really cannot use this argument to say that there's no answer. Again, maybe there's somebody have defined an answer for this right here. Maybe like a sad face factorial and they define it to be 0. Good if they did. But
are we going to attempt to integrate this though?
I would like to know.
I don't know how you would solve that though.
We can do it afterward. I think that's the main thing.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, that's that. All right, I said that we were going to look at out-of-context Simpsons clips. And so I've never really watched... and of course, the first thing that actually pops up is Simpsons Hit and Run, which I know has a very strong speedrun community, so... No. Yes, I don't really watch... I've never really watched too much Simpsons, but... we could do this as our sort of last thing of the night. I don't know if we could look at this top one that's got a whole bunch of... We have The Simpsons, but it's just the memes. It's like 35 minutes. And then we could probably look at this 5-minute one first. And then if we have time... I mean, we probably won't have too much time since it's like 3:55 a.m. where I live. But I am. I only do it because this is just some little filler content just for the lulz. Hopefully we don't get copyright struck by Disney.
Who'd have thought Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father?
Oh, no. Oh, come on, man!
Give it a try. Like
oh, that's Melman, I think his name is.
kissing a peanut.
Oh, sorry.
Dr. Zaius. Oh, Dr. Zaius.
I've seen that. I've seen screenshots of that before, but I know not what it is.
Bert, I am evil Homer.
Stop! He's already dead. I didn't do it.
He didn't do it. Oh. Oh, Bart's evil twin. Oh.
Like I don't have enough to remember already.
Lenny is... Oh, jeez
Look
Louise.
at that blubber fly. I'd like to be alone with a sandwich for a
Oh, no.
moment.
I've seen this one here. Hans Molman.
Are you
I can't do his voice, though.
gonna eat it?
He's gonna...
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wait. I'm Mandating. Hi, Super Nintendo Chalmers.
I'm learning.
First thing tomorrow morning, I'm gonna punch Lenny in the back of the head.
Okay. Yeah, and I was gonna slap Sheen in the back of the head.
Oh,
Hugo.
my name is Mr. Burns.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe you have a letter for me.
Okay, Mr. Burns. What's your
Smithers, send in the hounds.
first name?
I don't know. No.
I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt.
He might be old enough. He might be bitter and ugly, but wait, what was the last thing that Flanders said about him? Something about being a man?
You mean there's a better way?
Nah.
I think he's talking to you. You want some brownie before you go to bed?
He wanted to get some brownies, Bart.
My bottom. No, my bottom's big.
Now his bottom got a bottom.
Do 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 do.
Oh, honey, honey.
Honey, do 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 do.
I remember that song from the Bee movie specifically.
Art, I don't want to alarm you, but there may be a boogeyman or boogeymen in the house.
Oh, this. Now this is a classic meme gif. Whenever you enter like a conversation or a forum that seems to have gone off the rails and you just want to quietly back away. And then there's the one with Homer's dad, who was like, who comes into a restaurant, he puts his hat on a thingy, and then he spins around a few times, puts his hat back on, and just leaves. And then there's old man yells at Cloud.
Give him one of these.
Mo's got moves. You watch the Bee. The Bee movie is certainly a movie. Let's just leave it at that. And it's on sale.
This is a knife.
That's not a knife, that's a spoon.
All right, you win.
In America, first you get the sugar, then you get the power,
and then you get the bitches.
Then you get the women.
I knew it.
Mike's dead. That's right, dead serious about going to Itchy and Scratchy Land.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Yeah. Oh, and then this one's also a meme. Oh, he had to... I could tell, based on the way that scream sounded, that Dan Castellaneta, who voices Homer, had to step away from the microphone. Otherwise, the audio would peak.
Borrow a feeling. I was thinking along the line.
Oh, the make Homer something go crazy?
Lines of no TV and no beer make Homer something.
Go crazy?
This is a meme. This is a meme video too. There's a freaking Rap Snitch Kanish's remix of this.
Don't mind if I do.
Where he's just screaming.
Indeed, a disturbing universe.
Me fail English? That's impossible!
Simpson scandal update. Homer sleeps nude in an oxygen tent, which he believes gives him sexual power.
Oh no, you love the chair meme, yeah. This year, give her English muffins. English muffins are good. It kind of depends.
This year, give her English.
I know, my mom would often buy the Ezekiel brand.
Muffins. Whatever you say, Mr. Billboard. That's it. You people have stood in my way long enough. I'm going to clown college.
Clown college. Oh no.
Don't cry for me. I'm already dead.
Aw,
Get that
Barney.
cat out of the way! PTA has disbanded!
Yeah, we never fail English.
Me fail English!
No, the PTA has not disbanded.
Oh no. Oh, nice.
Hey, fellas, the garage. Well, ooh la dee da, Mr. Frenchman.
Well, what do you call it?
A car hold.
A car hold. I know that in British land they call it the garage because, boys, you've turned the entire garage upside down. Now, why on earth would you do that? Honey, are you aware that the boys Phineas and Ferb have turned the entire garage upside down? As long as they clean up after. Oh, this scene. Kids, I'm gonna need you to leave the room. When you have the kids leave the room, you know an F-bomb is about to be dropped.
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
He's not even that disturbed by it. Yes, it was so bad that you needed a church organ to play over it. Oh, well, I remember this episode. I remember this episode quite clearly. Lisa gets traumatized from eating lamb and stuff, so much so that she heard a lamb speak through a worm, and this is Homer's BBBQ. Is the extra B stand for, I can't remember what that means, but I do remember the freaking pig that he had all with the apple in its mouth. It was like, it's still good, it's still good. Homer pushed Krusty. It caused Krusty to fall into a wood. Oh no.
Homer's BBBQ. The extra B is for BYOBB. What's that extra B for?
That's a typo. Don't win friends with salad.
You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad.
You don't
win friends with salad.
Do not touch Willie.
I'll touch whatever I want, buddy boy.
Good advice.
I heard your dad went into a restaurant and ate everything in the restaurant, and they had to close the
restaurant.
He's not some kind of food-crazed maniac.
I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked. 30 minutes
Yeah, Leech is a vegetarian.
to move your car.
Did I say Leecha? I meant Lisa.
You have 10 minutes. Your car has been impounded. Your car has been crushed into a cube. My chicken coat.
Make me.
I used to be with it. Then they changed what it was.
Sounds like me when a new soyjak comes out.
Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me.
Neither do I. Get the hell out of here. Ever see a guy say goodbye to a shoe?
Yeah,
No.
it's fun.
My goodness, what an idea. Why didn't I think of that? Hammocks.
Sugar around here?
Sugar? Sure. Here you go.
He just carries Sugar lying around.
Sorry.
They're like Buford from Phineas and Ferb, who always carries around a velvet rope.
It's not in packages. Want some cream?
Hey.
What are the odds that's actually silica gel that he's just been keeping in his pants?
Okay.
You know, the silica gel packets, they tell you not to eat them, but they just look so good.
Your eyes.
Purple drapes. All my life I've wanted purple drapes.
Purple drapes. Oh no, like freaking like your average ancient Roman, Byzantine, whatever. Because I know that in ancient Rome, purple was very expensive to make. Anything that required a blue dye was very expensive to make.
Use French instructions. Le grill.
Le gris.
What the hell is that?
Oh no, oh, I've seen this one before.
Nothing at all.
Oh my god.
Nothing at all.
Oh my god. Because I know that, because I know Flanders is ripped and jacked out of his gourd.
Stupid, sexy Flanders. Look at those poor saps back on land with their laws and ethics. They'll never know the simple joys of a monkey knife fight.
Oh no.
Good Lord, what is
Oh, the iconic steamed hams. Because that's what I call hamburgers.
happening in there?
Aurora Borealis? Aurora Borealis!
Lisa needs braces.
Oh, I've heard this meme. I think I've heard my dad repeat this multiple times.
Lisa needs braces. Lisa needs braces.
And then you got that done!
Lisa needs braces.
Lord of mercy. Okay, yeah. Simpsons Out of Context Part 2. No, we got time for one more. Can we get a Part 3, or is that all of it? Oh, there's random awesome Simpsons clips. You are Lisa Simpson.
Not those peanuts.
The ones at the bottom.
Good Lord.
Oh.
The fly in my drink.
I put it there.
Oh, I've never seen this.
You did?
I slipped it into your glass as a gag.
Pure hilarity.
And, you asked for a couple of ice cubes in your drink, and I only put in one.
You are
Mendoza! Maybe it's severe talking, Marge, but you got a butt that won't quit.
Maybe.
You got these big pretzels
What
here
the-
that are all you
$5, get out of here.
beer. No, $5? Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen a screenshot of this.
We won!
What did we win?
I'm just a big toasty cinnamon bun.
Oh, I know this one.
And he left
There's the one where he didn't want to go to church because he just didn't feel like it, and he made some ultimate waffle.
them and went out of the city into Bethany, and he logged
Yeah, to Lisa Simpson, yeah.
there.
I think you mentioned that before.
Take this object, but beware, it carries a terrible curse.
It's the cursed Krusty doll, huh?
Ooh, that's bad.
But it comes with a free Frogut.
That's
Let's
good.
go.
The Frogut is also cursed,
Oh, hell no.
Bad.
but you get your choice of topping.
But the toppings are also bad.
That's good.
The toppings contain potassium benzoate.
I mean, potassium is good for you, but I don't remember the composition of benzoate.
Can your grandfather do this? Hey, ha, hoo, hey, ha, hoo, hey, ha, oh.
Homer, there's a family of possums in here.
I call the big one Bitey.
My work
Bitey?
is done here.
What do you mean your work is
Who the hell was that?
done? You didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything. No, when the drunk tells you that you ain't done shit, then you know you ain't done shit.
Didn't I?
The hell? Oh, is that Spock?
To overcome the spider's curse, simply quote a Bible verse. Thou shalt not go.
No. Oh, the big book of British smiles.
That's enough! That's enough!
Where's my burrito? Where's my burrito?
That's a real. I'm gonna get burrito tomorrow. We've already seen this one. Are we getting an extended version?
Thanks a lot, Carl. Now I've lost my train of thought.
Oh no.
Can you imagine a world without lawyers?
Oh, the world would be absolute chaos. The sun would be smiling as if it's the Teletubbies sun.
The clouds.
Poor Krusty. Oh, and Sideshow Mel. The blue-haired lawyer versus Sideshow Bob.
Say die, bot, die? No, that's German. For
D-Bot D. The Bart. The. Yeah, seems legit.
the Bart. The.
The.
Be more funny.
Oh my god. Oh lord. Oh no! We've already seen this
Oh
clip.
no, the PTA has not disbanded.
Bonjour!
You said it wrong.
Cheese-eating surrender monkeys!
Garage. Hey, fellas, the garage. Well, ooh la dee da, Mr. Frenchman.
Well, what do you call it?
A car hold. Bart, no!
Bart ain't done shit.
What? Sorry, force of habit.
Oh yes, this dude. It's still good. It's still good.
Dirty? It's still good.
It's still good.
Still good.
And no, at the end of this episode, in the credits, you just see it just keeps on flying. It keeps flying and it doesn't stop.
It's a little slimy. It's still good.
You tried to kill Krusty before. I just know that he wanted to kill Bart for some reason. I don't know why.
It's still good.
It's still good. and it continued flying well into the end credits.
It's just a little airborne.
It's still good. It's still good.
Oh, lousy smart weather.
Smart weather.
Do not touch Willie. Good advice. I don't want to look like a weirdo. I'll just go with a moo.
Now, I know you love video games, and I asked the clerk which is the one every boy wants. You got me.
Lee Carvalho's putting challenge.
Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Ooh, cornflakes and milk. You can't go wrong with cornflakes, honestly. I mean, Frosted Flakes are cornflakes, but they have a lot of excess sugar. Lights it on fire. I didn't realize that this was Spencer Shea. Oh no.
You kids can't keep your heads to yourself. I'm gonna turn this
Oh, I know what happens here. Bart slaps him.
car around, and there'll be no Cape Canaveral for anybody.
Oh, it was Nelson who did it.
That's it. Back to Winnipeg. Good Lord, what is happening in there? Aurora Borealis.
We've seen there are a lot of repeats in this one. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. Yes. May I see it? No.
You can buy a Krusty Burger.
Oh, this is where they make the. I think this is where they make the comparison between Krusty Burger and McDonald's. You see, they have a version of the Krusty Burger, but they call it a quarter pounder with cheese.
With cheese, right?
Yes.
They don't call it a Krusty Burger with cheese.
Shut out.
Well, what do they call it?
He tried to kill both Bart and Lisa and torture them with a zog.
Pounder with cheese.
Quarter pounder with cheese? Well, I can picture the cheese, but, do they have crusty, partially gelatinated, non-dairy gum-based beverages?
The fuck?
They call them shakes.
Shakes, yes.
Shakes.
Oh, these guys have different. They have different microphones.
Do you find something comical about my appearance when I'm driving my automobile?
That's the bear.
Oh no.
Pay the bear tax. I pay the homer tax.
The homeowner tax.
Oh, the homeowner tax.
Well, anyway, I'm still outraged.
Billy Corgan smashing pumpkins.
Homer Simpson smiling politely.
Yep.
Come on, Homer. Open the
Oh, is this the dud?
door for your mystery date.
Oh, that's not the dud.
Ooh, captain of the football team.
He got the He got the Chad, not the
He's
dud.
a dreamboat. Don't wait up, Marge.
Oh, there. That's the dud. You got the dud. And then this. I've seen like versions of this where he just does that slow smile, and it purposefully looks like Millhouse.
You got the dud.
Yes.
Hey, he looks Looks just like you, Poindexter.
I sleep in a racing car. Do you?
I sleep in a big bed with my wife.
Ah.
Guess who likes you?
Oh, and I know how this one ends. He ends up in an ambulance. Die. Wait. Oh, wait. It says die. Yeah.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Hot stuff coming through.
I got some hot stuff waiting this evening.
I predict our new alcohol-free Duff Zero will sell even better than our previous brand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was your all-time favorite. Oh, no. No Duff Zero, I guess. Duff Man! Huh! Like that.
Well, that's the end of me.
Oh boy.
He's a cop.
That sounded bad.
Ketchup?
Ketchup and catsup.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Ketchup?
You see, this one place that Hank Hill took his family had like 20-something different types of ketchup, but had 6 types of catsup.
I'm in way over my head. That smells like regular. She needs premium, dude. Premium!
Please don't tell anyone how I live.
Aw.
Purple
Oh yeah,
drapes.
we see this before.
All my life I've wanted purple drapes.
Get it.
Dad, the zebra didn't do it. It's just a word at the end of the dictionary.
I
What?
still don't get it.
It's just a joke.
Oh, I get it. I get jokes.
Go apple. Go orange. Go
Yes, banana.
The Union Pacific doesn't come by here much anymore.
Comes by Union Pacific.
I thought you guys broke up.
Wait. Oh, yes, I know this one. I've seen this. I've seen a gif of this.
Yes, that's what we wanted you to think.
The Soviet Union is back, bitches.
Close your eyes, Marge.
Why is this clip so loud?
And now you're ready for a night on the town.
Don't make me tap the sign.
But I'm lost and I need to know where.
I don't want to snuggle with Max Power.
Nobody snuggles with Max Power. You strap yourself in and feel the G's.
Maggie shot Mr. Burns again.
Here's what happens when they all try to get through the door at once.
They get stuck.
Move it, shout ahead.
Fire. Oh, and this is where Maud dies.
Let's all go out
Oh, and this is the clones, and that's his Tracy Ullman form.
for some frosty chocolate milkshakes.
I'm a brick.
Just copy the plant we have now. Then I added some fins to lower wind resistance, and this racing stripe here I feel is pretty sharp.
Agreed. First prize. Well, I don't need
Danger. Extremely high
safety
voltage.
gloves because I'm Homer Simpson.
I'm an imposter.
Brothers and sisters are natural enemies, like Englishmen and Scots, or Welshmen and Scots,
Or Welshmen and Scots.
or Japanese and Scots,
Oh,
or
Lord.
Scots and other Scots.
Yes, the ones in the north that speak Scottish Gaelic, as opposed to the ones further to the south that speak Scots.
Damn Scots!
You're gay for Mole Man.
You're gay for Mole Man. No one's gay for Mole Man.
Aww.
God.
Yes, and all the skin is in the back.
All for you, baby.
Okay, alright. And then the ultimate screw the audience joke compilation. I think I'm gonna call it for now. We got through the things that I actually wanted to get through. Yeah, but I stayed up too late again last night doing things, let's call them. And I'd rather just get, yeah. Alright. Unfortunately, I apologize that I didn't have too much to look over. But we did have a little bit of fun at the end. It's nice to be able to do something as relaxing as just looking at out of context clips of anything. We need to start looking at more of those, but for now, Yeah, I will be back Friday night for the DDR stream and all that. That's good too. Yep. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good day or night, depending on what part of the world that you live in. And I'll be back Wednesday for some DDR arrow stomping, followed by our continued playthroughs of... Yes. Let us go ahead and call it a night. Signing out.